Hey, son, they'll take it.
Welcome to another episode of The Panel. Appreciate all the early birds, everybody that's in here from the top. We had two pretty good games last night, decent games. We're only going to talk about one, though, but we had two games tonight, and we'll talk about the games that's happening tonight. We got some other things to talk about as well. What's going on, Chill Town? Got my man Mars with me. Got my right-hand Ox in the building. How's everybody feeling this morning?
Wonderful.
Mars Blackman, what up, brother?
Hello.
What's up, big guys?
I'm chilling. Life is grand. It's a beautiful morning. Ain't it beautiful out here? May is kicking ass, man. Telling you. Y'all make sure y'all get outside and enjoy some of this weather. Get some cardio. Get your feet moving. Get your blood pumping. It's sundresses outside.
Sundresses and yoga pants, baby. Yeah.
Damn,
Know what
damn
season
the
it
yoga
is.
pants. It's sundresses out there. Sandals, toes is out, pedicured and whatnot. Man, y'all better get out there.
I got a couple early members that just joined just this morning, so I want to shout them out. Great Warrior, he joined the show, so welcome to Great Warrior. He's a part of the family now. New York also became a member. Shout out to New York, and shout out to Old New York too. And that's really all the love I got from New York right now. DSG Piccolo said, as a wise man once said, Jokic better.
Facts.
I got a couple of the super chats right from the top. Gandhi KV2 said, what Jokic did last night is so demoralizing.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good hoops. Personally, I thought it was good hoops, but that's just me. Some people didn't enjoy it. Chill told me he stopped watching. But
yes,
I enjoyed it. Definitely, I enjoyed it. Very good.
Chill, you stopped watching for real, Chill, or?
I didn't watch the fourth quarter. I couldn't watch it.
Damn. I don't know. Are we seeing a meltdown of epic proportions, or are the Nuggets just like that?
We're not seeing any sort of meltdown whatsoever.
It's just Jokic.
It's like watching last night was like watching Apollo Creed get beat up. That was really difficult to watch. I couldn't. I'm sorry, fellas, if my energy ain't what it is.
It's okay. We'll get you.
When you realize Jokic is better, it can hit you like a freight train. Like, when you realize that Jokic is better,
that was hard to watch last night. And what I'm not going to listen to, what I will not listen to from anybody, the adjustment that needs to be made is Naz Reid or Cat. That's not going to work. Just like in 1995, Dennis Rodman wasn't the answer for Olajuwon. Olajuwon was just better. And there was nothing that you could do about it. Nothing. And he was going up against a generational defender. And he ate David Robinson's lunch. And that's what I saw last night. And it wasn't like I was watching something that he was just kicking his ass and he wasn't fighting. Rudy Gobert actually played good defense. Every counter that Joker had, Rudy was right there. He was right there. But the difference was, I'm just better. And Mars, that was hard to watch last night. It was. What I saw, I still think this series is going 7. I'm not off that train. I still think it's going 7. But with that being said, what I saw last night is what I felt like Minnesota should have done in Game 3. I feel like there's a part of me that feels like they broke them last night.
Yo, in case you haven't looked at the screen, my man Jack is back in the place to be. You know, he got his Celtics gear on. We know he got an agenda to push. We just don't really know exactly what angle he's going to take. But what's up, man? It's good to have you back. Talk to us. How you feeling this morning?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm feeling good, but more importantly, glad to be back on the show. I'm excited.
Okay. Swiper is probably gonna dance for the whole time he's up here. Swiper, what's up?
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Is
this
it's working. It's working.
Okay,
Yes.
just making sure. What's up, Chill? What's up, brother? I just want to say hello to my friends today. Mars, great to see you another day. Ox, big homie Ox, mentor. That's one of my mentors right there. My brother Ox. What's up, Ron?
You don't want me
shout
to
out
be
to
your
you.
kid's role model. I'll say how
to work in the post. How to work in the post.
I'm a great role model
man,
for real, Swiper. I really am. You should look up to me, bro.
Nah, bro. I mean, you taller than me, I think, based on what you told me at least. So, I mean, that's about only looking up. Chill. What you look up at the camera, man. What you looking so sad for, brother?
That was hard to watch last night. That was.
Huh?
Just
That was hard.
Place to play.
How was it hard to watch? Chill. You saw. Chill.
That was.
Chill. Just admit it to me. Chill.
That was hard to watch.
Chill. Just admit it to me. Ox. Mars. I just need 10 minutes. I need 10 minutes of real Mars, not troll Mars. 10 minutes. That's all I'm asking for.
I'm not even troll anymore.
No, I know. I'm just saying, bro. We're not get for real.
This is me.
Look, listen, Ox. I think that
what
was the Michael Jordan moment for Joker yesterday, where everybody kind of just said, "All right, it's a wrap. It's like he's the best in the world. There's no other competition. He's the best in the world." Ox, you think I'm tripping? Like based on how you saw the public respond to him yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I think people have been on this with Jokic. I think they was down on him those 2 games, which that's just natural human nature. But I think people.
But they were saying he was a fraud as of last week.
Swipe, I'm with you. Last night was a statement moment where it's just like it's nothing that can be done to stop.
Is it because Rudy just got the defensive player of the year or something? Because it's like
I think
Jokic
Jokic
defense Rudy already. Like
no, but I think it was everybody was saying after the game. Remember game 2, the mood, and even I came on here and said he's not showing up. That defense is one of the 10 best of the modern era. Like they had every answer, all the length. They had the physicality. They had the vertical space, the vertical challengers. I mean, Rudy was playing incredible. You know, Ant was playing good defense. Jaden and everybody said that if the Nuggets were going to get taken down, Ox, it was going to be this series. So I think that's what I mean. Like everybody said, this is the formula. Right. And he literally walked them down, bro. Had 35 and 12 in 3 quarters and had missed 4 shots, Ox.
I mean, look, you heard me. I thought y'all was done after game 2. I thought y'all was done. I thought it was a wrap. I'm speechless. I mean, like I said already. If y'all win game 5, you know it's pretty bad. I mean, I think y'all got it now. I don't think you come back from 3-2 against these guys. It's not, especially not after what we saw last night from Jokic.
That defense,
like, that was incredible, bro. That was incredible. But not Swipe. I think most people already had Jokic though.
Well, I don't. But Mars. Remember last week after game 2, people were saying that like they were questioning the whole like run last year. Hadn't beat a 50-win team last year. You know, Jokic never actually done it versus any real competition. This is his first real playoff test that he's seen. People that I know, Jayson Tatum, one of my dogs, said this is his first real adversity the Nuggets have faced in the playoff. That was the narrative after game 2 last week. And then remember, people saying Naz Reid's even shutting them down. And people that I know and respect were saying that Jokic is cooked, Jokic is done. Like Jamal, even Ticket last week, Jamal Murray, if he's not playing well, Joker can't do nothing. And Jamal didn't have to play well yesterday just because he didn't need to score. But that's what I mean. Like, we have flipped from last week, chill. Everybody was like, you know, this is over. It's it. And on top of that, it's fraudulent. And I think yesterday, that's what I said. And new guest, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. What's your name, bro? I'm sorry.
Jack.
My bad. I didn't mean to ignore you.
On planet Earth, so I'm ready.
No, I got you. I didn't mean to ignore you. That's my fault.
No. I'm ready. I want to ask a question right now because I think it's been Nikola Jokic and just turning on the switch, right? And hearing the negativity in many ways, or not necessarily hearing it, but just being like, backs are against the walls. I'm going to get the ball and I'm going to attack Rudy Gobert every possession. That's what I saw in game 5. But my question is, what changed for Minnesota from game 2 and looking the way they did in game 1 and game 2 to now game 3, game 4, and game 5?
Same thing.
Nuggets have looked like the best team.
The exact same thing that changed in 1991 when the bullies got stood up to. That's what happened. Because now when the bullies get stood up to, now you got to actually put your fist up and you got to fight. What you do with bullies is when a bully punches you in the face, they're prepared for you to cower. They're not actually prepared for you to fight back. Now what we got to do is, now we fighting back. Now we got to match skills. Oh, shit, now we got to play basketball. We aren't as good as these guys. That's where the difference is in this series. Please stop telling me that Naz Reid, or I'm going to keep saying this till I'm blue in the face. Stop telling me to get Rudy off the floor. Stop telling me that Naz Reid is the difference. And stop telling me to Cat. I am on record saying this, and this may be a hot take. Mars, I am saying it to your face. He would have done the same thing to Alonzo Mourning. He would have done the same thing to Patrick Ewing. He would have done the same thing to Dikembe Mutombo. I'm trying to imagine Dikembe Mutombo getting 22 feet dragged away from the basket. Joker would have bust his ass too. I'm trying to imagine.
I think it's the movement.
I'm
No.
trying to imagine. I'm trying to imagine.
But chill, you're talking about.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
You guys are not letting. This is a great TikTok clip. We got the old heads who've seen the 90s say Jokic gonna cook the 90s, and you guys want to talk about off-ball movement. Are we serious? Chill, go ahead.
As I was saying, first and foremost, Lonzo Mourning was only 6'9". He was an undersized big man. The fact that he could guard the rim and rebound, that made him look elite. Now he's going up against a more physical guy in Joker. He's going against a more skilled guy. Joker would have bust his ass too. Same thing with Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing is not fleet of foot. Patrick Ewing would have had a hell of a time on the perimeter having to deal with Joker. Of all the other guys, David Robinson is a little bit more athletic. Olajuwon gives him more in terms of offense. Same thing with Shaq with the girth and the way Shaq is around the basket. But them three guys, Lonzo Mourning, not just Alonzo Mourning, but Patrick Ewing and Dikembe Mutombo, the same thing you saw Joker do last night to Dikembe Mutombo, he would have done the same thing to them dudes. He would have bust all three of their asses. I am convinced of that.
Yeah, man.
Last night was crazy, yo. I don't like. Obviously, we've seen this from Jokic before, but that was Mars. It was just every time he gets a bucket or an assist. Last night, the only words that are going through my mind is Jokic better. It's just on repeat in my head, Jack. Jokic better. Like, what were your thoughts on that last night, Jack?
To be honest, this has been a tough series for me because Minnesota, you got the storyline of Anthony Edwards kind of coming up and being the next face of the league. And so I got to handle that with my Jayson Tatum, right? And then on top of that, you got the defending champs, Denver Nuggets, who everyone's making out to be unbeatable. They go down 2-0. All the storylines are everywhere right now. It's just a switch up after every game. And so I actually, after Minnesota goes up 2-0, I'm like, I said Denver in 6 before the series. I just stuck right on it. I said, if there's a team that can win 4 straight, it's Denver. They've been here before. All they got to do is figure it out, win game 3, and it's a story. It's a series. And I see last night, I see Denver, I see Jokic simply just take over. I think in that huddle, there was nothing being said other than Jokic, get the ball, and attack Rudy Gobert. Everyone else is going to do their job. I love the way Aaron Gordon's played. He played phenomenal in game 4. You know, had a pretty darn good game 5.
10 and 5.
He in many ways, I watched game 4. I'm like, holy shit, does Denver have 2 Nikola Jokic's now? Because that's how Aaron Gordon is playing. He's like learning how Jokic plays the game, and he's just being so smart, passing with efficiency, obviously jumps out the gym. But I'm looking at Jokic, I'm saying, they got this series. Minnesota has 0 answers for it. Edwards had a horrible game last night. I don't know how much we'll talk about that because we want to protect Anthony Edwards at all costs, and we want to protect Luka Doncic at all costs and all these other superstars other than Jayson Tatum. But I'm sitting here thinking Anthony Edwards in the biggest game of his life came up short, didn't play well. Now he's got to go do something in game 6. I expect him to because he's a dog. We've seen it all playoffs, but Jokic is on this. Jokic is on this moment. He's rised. I can't say shit other than bring me Denver, and I'm ready for that series. Boston's going to have to play the best they've ever played.
Jack, can you imagine if what you saw last night, if Jayson Tatum would have if he played the way Anthony Edwards would have played, what would we had to listen to?
I know, that's what I'm saying. What did Luka Doncic do a night and a half ago, and nobody said shit on air the next morning?
What would we had to listen to?
We were talking about Jayson Tatum and how he had 33 points and wasn't efficient. We won by 7 points on the road against no Donovan Mitchell, which, by the way, we game planned for Donovan Mitchell in the Cavaliers. And so when we hear he's not out, okay, now the Cavaliers are just going to shoot a bunch of threes. Sorry to change the subject, but God damn it, can we put some respect on Jayson Tatum?
Okay. Speak on how Luka's a bum.
I'm trying to understand.
Shout out to Jayson Tatum.
I'm trying to understand when has Jayson Tatum, respectfully, I mean this all due respect, I think Jayson Tatum top 10 player. He's never ever seen coverage like what he was getting yesterday. Never.
Oh,
No,
you're
but
you're out of
chill,
your mind. He
chill.
gets,
No,
he gets
hold on,
3 to
chill,
4
chill.
guys,
Hold on.
and
The
then Derrick
reason
White,
why,
Jalen Brown, and the rest
And
of
I know where you're going.
That's why they
I
cook.
know where you're
I'm
going.
not saying anything about Tatum.
I know
They didn't-
where you're going.
Once
I know where
Mike
you're going.
Conley wasn't on the court,
Yes.
they said,
Yes.
all right, literally, we're going to show blitz. Now you got to make every pass the correct pass, or we're going to beat you. And Nikhil Alexander-Walker hit 4 threes yesterday, and he did his job. But that's the thing. If they don't have Mike Conley, but I said this to y'all going into the playoffs, that Mike Conley is like one of he's their fourth, depending on what you want to value it most, but fourth most important player, Ox. He does all the distributing,
Mike Conley's
all the
great,
secondary
bro.
passing, all
I
the
love
connected
Mike Conley
passing.
going.
He's the leader on the offense. Like he puts them in motion. And if they don't have him, I love Nikhil, but Nikhil's a combo guard. Like he doesn't know how to like. And then next to Ant's just not ready for that moment. I mean, you saw him like every time he faced those coverages, he would try to slither and like gap and like kind of hit those creases. But Jokic, hands, Jamal, hands, KCP, hands. And then when he gets
it's
to
a
the
little
rim,
different, Swiper. It's a little different when you don't got the table setter. Mike Conley
Right,
is
yeah.
the glue to everything. He might not be
Right.
the most important person, but he is the glue. He keeps everybody connected, even on defense too. Mike Conley is the one when somebody goes on an 8-0 run. Yo, come here, huddle up.
Yeah.
Do this, relax. We'll be cool. I've been here before. I can tell y'all it's gonna be cool. But chill. Remember, that was one of the things, and I know you've called them an experienced team. When Mike Conley's not out there, it's that experience is kind of now you got 2 4-year guys. Cat, yes, he has been in the league for a long time, but as we know, Cat can get uncomposed very easily. And on top of that, he's only been in the playoffs 2 years. This is third year. He went that year with Jimmy, right?
This is 4th time, I think.
So he's still
Third.
like
He played 18 with buckets. Then he played
Mhm.
twice. He played with they went up against Memphis. This
And
is
then they went up against Denver last year, and now this
last
year.
year. Yeah, they
Well,
go
it's-
against Denver.
It's not so much that they become an inexperienced team. It's just where the inexperience is now. Like the ball handler, you're taking your floor general out. So they're still an experienced team. It's just that like Nikhil isn't Mike Conley, and Mike Conley sets them, settles them down in times when they need to be settled down.
Ox, how good do you feel
it's just
Jaden's
way
been this
different.
series?
Jaden, I mean, nothing like he was last season. Last series, but his defense was still, especially the first couple of games. I feel like the energy has just changed. Like everybody, not just like it's not just Ant. I feel like everybody's energy has changed since the first 2 games. I think all of them have took a
since Jokic basically
significant
said since Jokic basically said enough. Since he snapped his finger like Thanos.
No, it
Well,
was
the
DeMar that
Nuggets
snapped his
started
fingers
playing
like
defense.
Thanos, and then
They
and
did.
then now
That's
and
been
then
the
now
biggest difference, man. They have not
now
been playing
Jokic-
on the defensive end.
The Nuggets started playing defense, and the Wolves' offense was something I had a problem with all year. When their defense can't get as many stops as they've been getting, and now they're in the half court, it's a flawed offense. It's a flawed offense. If Jaden McDaniels isn't making shots, they have 2 guys on the floor that people are ignoring. Denver are actively ignoring Jaden McDaniels and ignoring Rudy Gobert in the middle of the floor. Just ignoring them.
How many times I gotta watch Rudy flash the basket wide open and you miss him?
Like, it's hard to score if the Wolves are playing like they're playing 3-on-3.
Goodness.
But they're just
And I'm
going to
not
give him the
gonna lie.
ball and foul him, though. Chill.
Yeah, but Rudy's been making free throws. Shout out to him. But like we spoke about, AD needs to call for the ball. All of this. One thing you can't say Rudy doesn't do is call for the ball. Every play he's calling for that ball. That's one thing I gotta give him credit for. He wants the ball. His teammates don't want him to have the ball, but he wants it. Like every play you see, he rolls, he's flashing his hands, he wants the ball, he's in the dunker spot, he's calling for lobs. They just never throw it. So I want to give Rudy credit for calling for the ball, but at the same time, they ain't trying to give him the ball.
Is
Yeah,
it
he was
something
7-7.
about a tall French person that people just don't want to pass him the ball?
That's
Well,
what
Rudy
happened.
Rudy doesn't get it because every time they give him the ball with his back to the basket, he either travels, tries to back someone down, does a nonsense spin that is a travel that doesn't get called and kicks it back out.
Yeah, that one yesterday, too.
And what's the excuse for Wemby?
Wemby, I think he just had guys who didn't really have
They
vision.
just don't know how to pass
Trey
the ball.
Trey Jones was giving him the ball. But I'm gonna be honest. They have to throw some of these lobs to Rudy. I'm gonna be honest. If he's in the dunker spot, the play is to throw the lob to him. He has to, you have to make that play. If you don't want to give him the ball in the middle of the floor,
They started running that little wedge, it was inverted, kind of inverted, but they're all set.
Yeah, but it was like Cat set
at the
screen,
nail.
he slipped, and then he got into
right,
like,
and then Cat found him a couple times.
Yeah, that's what they need to get to. Those lobs, give the ball to Rudy. When he's in the middle of the floor and he's the screener and he's rolling, I'm fine with not giving the ball in that situation personally. But the lobs, you have to give him the ball. And then I'm gonna be honest, another thing, he gets offensive rebounds. The first thing you're taught is catch high, keep high. He's bringing it down every time. He gets a rebound and then he brings it down and gets stripped. Like the first thing you're meant to be taught. Well, let me ask Ox.
Mars, how do you
yeah, like,
how do you know that?
I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna defer.
That's what no. You got it, Mars.
That?
You don't need to defer at all. You got this. I'm just curious to know, how do you know that?
Studies the game.
No. Chill. Mars said specifically out of his words. I'm gonna take a page out of Mars' book, and I'm gonna say, Mars, you said this specifically. This came out of your mouth. You're taught catch high, keep high. You're taught that. Chill. You were taught that at 7, 8, 6. Ox, you were taught that at the same age. I was taught that at the same age.
Young.
Mars, you didn't play basketball at 6, 7, or 8. How did you learn
Allegedly.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. But
Mars keeping secrets from us, chat.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
crazy.
The European game is meant to be like the king of fundamentals. Like, I'm sure Rudy was taught that, just like Ox was taught that as a big. I'm just like everyone who played basketball growing up was taught. Catch high, keep high. He's bringing it down and getting stripped every time. Like that's just that's why we can't trust him with the ball, because he just does nonsense and it's destroying the Wolves offense. And then also without Conley, the way they're defending, and he's 22. Like he's not gonna be able, like especially within the game, adjusting to those type of coverages is very difficult.
By
now,
yourself,
when you give him time and film, and he can see where the openings are, maybe he can figure it out. It's still gonna be difficult, but in the game, that's gonna be very difficult.
But that's what you got to just let people grow. That's why everybody, and again, I think Ant's gonna be the second most popular player in the league, maybe second best player in the league. He ain't gonna be better than Wemby, but I think him and Wemby gonna be like running the league at some point. But you got to let people learn stuff. Like you have to drop, you have to fail multiple times in the playoffs. But again, he was seeing mad aggressive coverage yesterday. He was playing hecka hard on defense because he was chasing Jamal Murray around the entire game.
Boxed him up.
But the thing is, though, Jamal said it after yesterday. He was like, well, I don't need to score. I just need to tire you out because that dude, 15, is doing whatever he wants. So I'm not about to take the ball. And then in the fourth quarter, close the game out, he started scoring more. Then he ended up 7-14 in the game. But chill, man. You the historian a little bit. You've been around. You've seen it. You've seen a lot of people. You watched a lot of basketball, chill. I'm telling you, man, like, I think that was a seminal moment. I think that broke everything yesterday. I think that performance yesterday broke everything. I don't think there's no more that nonsense to go. Like, I think that game solidified. I think what people – I mean, there's no more. Like, there's literally no –
You know if he has a bad game, like –
yeah, you know what's coming.
It's going
I know, but I'm saying, but Mars, I get it. I think that they're going to be like those little detractors. But at this point, it's like, bro, like, come on, like, legit 40.
I think that's a good point though, Swipe. But like that was an amazing game, but you have to cap that. Like he has to seal it now. He has to close out game 6, or even if he closes out game 7, they have he has
right.
You know the narrative. He has to win this series in order for that game 5 to matter. You know what I mean? Like we all seen it happen, and it was incredible to everybody that watched it. Nobody can hate on what they saw last night, but they can't lose the series in that still hold the same amount of weight. And it would be even better if he can close out game 6 in Minnesota.
Right. They look
another
demoralized. The Wolves look demoralized.
There was one play like
what's wrong with him?
No, his Achilles.
Soreness.
Yeah, it's sore. I don't know if they should. He's 36. Yeah, 37. No.
Yeah, no.
But there was one play where, because today I like this because we're not just killing Rudy right now. Tomorrow, Rudy is going
you don't want to kill Rudy?
No.
No.
Defensively,
there's at least 3 other defenders that cover Jokic better than what Rudy did yesterday, right? There's at least 3 of them.
He played good defense.
Swipe is being
I'm just trying to figure out what he's supposed to do.
I'm saying that today we are not killing Rudy. I like that. Tomorrow, chat, Rudy is going to get killed tomorrow. And I'm not going to participate in the conversation. Here. I'm open gym. Tomorrow, Rudy is going to get killed, and I will not participate. I will be sitting here. I will be on my phone. I will be in the chat. I'm just letting you know. Today, I'm glad we aren't blaming Rudy. The amount of plays where Rudy is playing perfect defense, and this man Jokic is throwing up nonsense. Rudy is high-fiving him. He's staying with every fake, every counter. He's right there, and he doesn't miss. He was 8 for 9 on Rudy, including 2 and 1s and a step back 3.
Luka Doncic. a Luka Doncic step back three in his face down the stretch of the fourth quarter.
I don't know what he's meant to do. I'm
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
tell
lie.
you what he's meant to do, Mars. Just punch him. Just fire on him.
Focus on.
No, just
Wait,
fire on him.
Bill
Chill,
Laimbeer?
that's
Bill Laimbeer,
disrespectful, Chill, that is disrespectful. What he's
Like,
doing to
there's
him, what he's
nothing
doing to bro, chill.
What about the
Only-
play? What about the play when he had him underneath the basket, boxed up? He's
Oh,
underneath
man.
the basket. Rudy has him underneath the basket. He's not. He's a step away from the baseline. He's supposed to pass that. Instead, he's able to come out of that and come with a jump hook from 8 feet away. He's not making that shot. Rudy's smacking that shot in anybody else's face. Anybody else. At that point, I was like, I'm out. I don't want to see that.
There was a play where Rudy stayed with everything. He threw up it was on the left block. He threw up a hook. It goes in, and you see Rudy just like,
What am I supposed
what's
to
he meant to
do?
do? Like, I don't know. I feel bad for him. I'm just watching him get killed. I'm like, this is perfect defense.
I don't
There's
feel bad for
nothing
him.
more he can do except block the shot. There's nothing more he can do.
Which he's
his
trying
job.
to do, by the way, Mars.
Rudy's job.
Which he's trying
Rudy's
to
job
do,
is
by
to
the way,
cook.
Mars.
I got
You know what I mean?
some big super chats, y'all. Some $25 super chats I got to get to. Chat, I just want to ask you guys to do me a favor and everybody else up here in honor of Mars and Swiper. Can y'all just simply just type Jokic better in the chat? Can I please get everybody just to spam Jokic better after that performance last night? This that was something different. But
I'm cool.
last resort, 318 sent through a super chat. He said Canada is already on fire, so going outside in the smoke is not really a smart opinion or option. Enjoy your content or
Yeah,
enjoy the
stay
content.
safe.
I don't
Stay
know what
safe.
that means.
Big fire up
safe.
there.
It's only May. It's like what, a wildfire? Like
Yeah,
forest fire?
Yeah,
but
you
you know,
say
it
Canada's
starts
on
up in
fire.
spring though.
It's only May.
Starts up in the
crazy.
spring. You know, lightning and thunder can cause it anywhere, any time of year.
That's what's going on down here in Florida.
No, no.
It was lightning in Atlanta too, like, and it was just randomly.
Stay safe, folks. Stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe up there. Everybody be cool. Prayers up to Canada. Teddy Hart also said, chill. Would Jokic do this to Hakeem? Does OKC or Dallas have a chance in the Western Conference Finals against Denver?
No,
Chill.
no,
Hakeem?
no.
Oh, no to that. Okay.
What would the difference you think be though, Chill? Like instead of 40 and 13 to 25, 12 and 9? That's what I'm saying. Like, what is the drop off?
That like you just said, that 25 or maybe 26, something like that. I think it would be something similar to that. And the fact that Joker would actually have to defend, that would take a lot away from his offense because he'd have to defend Olajuwon and he'd have to defend Olajuwon at a high level. And Olajuwon actually can. I don't know if you can play better defense than what Rudy played last night. I don't know if you can play better defense than that. I mean, the defense
How
that
much
he
did
played
Olajuwon weigh? What did he 265 at his prime?
about
260.
about 260.
But he was also
265.
shorter. He was at 6'10". Rudy's at
That's what I'm
7'1".
saying. Like this, but even that, like Jokic is 280, 275,
Yep.
legit.
But
7
also,
feet.
too, though, the height doesn't necessarily matter as much as how quick you are off your feet.
Yes, it
'Cause
does.
Notice,
Yes, it
this is
does.
why I'm saying this. Notice. I haven't seen Rudy block none of his jump shots, but I have seen what's his name block him a couple times. Nas Reed has got up and he's got off his feet quick and anticipated that and blocked a couple shots. I think Hakeem would be a little quicker off his feet and be able to anticipate it more.
Is he more mobile than Anthony Davis was?
Yes, I think so.
This version of AD?
Long-
Yeah.
long arms.
Yes, I think so. And the rebound disparity too, because as good a rebounder as Rudy is, I feel like Olajuwon could hold him to one shot, and he could keep him off the glass a little bit more. And I think that's discouraging.
It's just
as
so
an offensive
unfair
player.
because like we only saw Shaq and Olajuwon.
Right.
Like,
and we saw Shaq as a kid. We didn't see
Right.
Shaq when he was Shaq.
if Shaq
And
was
Hakeem
2001
couldn't guard
Shaq,
him. I'm just Hakeem
Right.
couldn't.
He couldn't do anything with him.
Hakeem couldn't guard him. I'm
He
just
couldn't
putting
do
out there.
anything with him.
Orlando lost, but Hakeem could not guard Shaq. Just
And he was. I
everyone
think,
knows.
I think he was like 26 a game against Olajuwon.
well, that's what I'm saying. Sure, like,
Olajuwon
if you,
was like 33 a game against him.
if you go down the list, Bill Russell was 240 in the 60s. Hakeem was 250, 260. Duncan wasn't like a massively strong human being, and also
Right.
his foot speed. I'm saying like I'm not strong, but like girth. Like I'm talking about like,
Right.
Okay.
like
Wasn't
weight and all
huge.
that kind of stuff.
He wasn't
Okay.
huge.
But he was obviously very, very tall. Like even KG, light in the butt. You know, like Kenyon Martin talked about this before about like the mobility stuff is like would have helped KG a lot. But I just think like people are just like, I think they're trying to discredit Rudy by saying he's not these other players, but I'm saying like I've seen those other players play versus elite players in their era, and I also saw Shaq like, take care of business.
You got guys like KG. I mean, I think KG was probably too light. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But guys like KG and Hakeem, like the defensive IQ of working early, it really can save you a lot of help because of possessions. You know what I'm saying? Let me just limit. Obviously, a guy that big is going to get you on the block. He's gonna get the ball even on the perimeter, but limiting his possessions, just denying the ball early.
That's what Bam does.
Early work. You know that early work
Bam
goes a long that goes a long way. And I'm not saying that shuts Jokic down, but those are the type of things you got to do against guys this good. Guys that are this good, you have to work 2 passes early, get around them. You gotta make them make hard passes. You also gotta depend on your teammates.
Did you see the off-ball cuts he was making?
I'm not gonna lie. He face cut about 4 times. Like just
that's what I'm saying. Like. So he would have just did that. If like, oh, are you doing that? Then
but see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Swipey. You got to work early. Like you can't let nobody first. That's definitely out. You cannot let.
But I'm saying, they're paying attention to the off-ball action with MPJ and Murray and KCP. So that's where Jokic is like, you have to look at it, or else they're gonna get an open shot.
You don't have to. You got to see man.
No, we ignore that.
You got to see man. I'm not ignoring them, but that's what I'm talking about. Working early, you got to keeping your head on the swivel, making contact, touching him everywhere he goes. You know what I'm saying? Taking the step off when you're away so that you can't get screened down on the weak side. You got to work early against a dude like this.
People keep bringing up Wemby, by the way.
If you can stop it from getting maybe 5 or 6 of those possessions, but that goes a long way.
No, I get you, but people keep bringing up Wembanyama like, oh, that's why he should be DPOY. Why? He averaged 35 and 15.
He couldn't do nothing against Jokic right now.
Like, that's what, and he shot over Wemby.
People remember the blocks, like, because he blocked him a few times. I was like, oh my, but like block. I don't want to get into blocks. That's a whole other discussion. There was a play where like Naz Reid was, as Ox would say, doing the work early, fronting him, making it hard for him to get the ball on the post. They threw the entry to Jokic, and he tapped the ball to himself to spin away from Naz Reid. I've never seen that before. This man was like, instead of catching it and then just posting him up, I'm gonna watch the ball come. I'm gonna tap it as Naz Reid is trying to poke it, spin off of him, and now I have a layup. What are you meant to do?
What about him? What about him?
He gave himself an assist, basically.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what he did.
14 assists.
What about the one when he slipped the screen? I didn't even see Aaron Gordon behind him. I didn't even see him. It was like Aaron Gordon just came out of nowhere, like Bird did in '88 when he stole the ball from Isaiah. And he just hit him right on the dime. He ended up getting fouled because he was trying to dunk it. But I'm thinking to myself, where did he even come from?
Did you see AD try to end?
He already knew.
Yeah, good foul, Rudy.
Rudy was not trying to hear that. You are not throwing it on me. No, that's not happening. No, you are not putting me on a poster. I don't think so, sir. You are not doing that. No,
it was like when that fourth quarter came around, I knew they were going to score on every possession. I didn't know how, but I knew they were going to. And shout out Jamal Murray, too. Jamal Murray's hooping in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, he got this little bag. Yeah, he got his bag. He did. But KCP had his first big game of the playoffs, by the way. First big game of the playoffs. He was 4 or 5 from 3.
Oh, yeah. It was about time he started making some threes.
Yeah, about time. He was shooting like 29% from 3 or something since game 1.
Jack, I'm going to ask you the second part of this question. Does OKC or Dallas have a chance in the Western Conference Finals against Denver? And who has the better chance?
Respectfully, no. I'd say that. I mean, Denver's been the opponent all year. It's been Boston, Denver all year. We just, there's so many different storylines because of the talent in the NBA right now. But when it gets to June, it's going to be Boston, Denver. But I'm just confused with Luka Doncic right now because I was putting a lot of faith in him. I thought they'd beat the Clippers. Obviously, Kawhi goes down, so that changes the result of that series a little bit.
Still would have beat them with him.
Yeah, still would have beat them. Kyrie's been playing phenomenal, but I'm looking at Luka Doncic here to play like Luka Doncic because in the past couple of games, he hasn't looked like himself. I don't know if it's injuries or him just looking like a European soccer player that's like flopping everywhere after he gets like pushed around a little bit.
Well, don't talk about Tatum flopping then. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Tatum complains after every
that's
call.
That's cool, Jack. Remember he said
treatment.
I've seen Tatum have an easy open layup and then also flop it away. But no, I got you.
Shit. Anyways, I'm gonna definitely take Dallas to beat OKC, and I think Dallas wins in 6. I believe OKC got a great win in game 4, but that's because Luka didn't play well, if anything. And then Luka's going to respond in game 5. I like Luka and Dallas to get through this series, but they're cooked against Denver. Denver's just a better team. I will say this about Luka and Kyrie. People doubted them. People said that defensively they could not lead Dallas to a deep run or an NBA Finals. Like, could the backcourt of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, because of their defensive liabilities, ever win a championship, ever be a backcourt duo to win a championship? And I'm sitting here thinking they proved a lot of people wrong during this playoffs, and they're in great position to take game 5 and close it out in game 6 and head to another Western Conference Finals.
All right. Last Resort 318 sent through a follow-up super chat. He said, according to the wildfire website, 65 wildfires already in Canada.
Man, I really do. This free. Oh man, this makes me nuts. I get it, fellas. I do understand, yo, that you want to, like, we talking basketball, man. Like, I understand what's going on in Canada. I get it. Word. I understand what's going on in Canada. That's what CNN is for. That's what headline news is for. We here to talk basketball. That's what we here to do.
Well, actually, Chill, I wanted to talk to you
we here to make your life a little bit. We here to make some of your problems be a little less difficult. We ain't here for that, man. Please.
Chill. I don't know if you know this. You know, there's the highest income inequality deficit in any major city in America, in Atlanta right now. I don't know if you knew that, but we can talk about that when you want.
Speaking of Canada, Zach Edey's improving his draft stock.
Yes, he is. Yes, Zach Edey is absolutely
looking like he might go in the lottery. I don't know who to.
Imagine that.
He improving his stock.
Better go in the lottery, Mars.
Well, I don't know what team in the lottery is going to pick him, but he performing well. That's all I'll say. So shout out to Zach Edey.
Him next to AD, closing down games, bro.
With the 17th pick?
Yeah, why not?
Maybe.
They need a big. They're not going to trade it.
I think they're getting rid of that 17th pick. That's the word on the street. Is that the Lakers are trying to?
Yeah, Austin Reed.
And the reason why they're getting off that 17th pick, because they don't want the pressure of having to draft Bronny James at 17. That's why.
That's why last time they had the 17th pick, they took Jalen and Shafina.
Yes, and they
I don't know if that was actually 17. Now it might have been
Jaime Jaquez
and Cam Whitmore.
Mars.
Also, 17th is the 47th pick in the second round. That what you're referencing?
17. I was right. Yeah, 17 last year. Jalen and Shafina.
I'm taking him at 30.
Who?
Bronny.
Oh, Bronny gets a lot of talk for a second round pick.
Not a lot of talk. He could be Jrue Holiday in the next 5 years.
See, Bronny gets a lot of talk for a second round pick.
Maybe Avery Bradley. Yeah, Avery Bradley for sure.
Shout out
Which
to
is
Bronny.
Great. That's definitely not a knock. I hope y'all know that.
He plays defense. He jumps out the gym and he shoots the 3. What else could you ask for in a prospect?
And he's 6'1". I know a Davion
6'1.5". 6'1.5".
Yeah. I know a Davion Mitchell.
I thought he was like 6'3" with shoes.
6'3" shoes.
Yeah, 6'3". He got a +6 wingspan though. He's 6'7.5".
Oh,
wingspan.
you talking about barefoot swap? Who cares how tall he is?
Barefoot.
Barefooted. You know you hooping.
All right, that's why you 6'8" then. I got you. You really 6'4" then because you wear platforms. I got you.
Definitely not 6'4", but I mean without shoes, I'm for sure 6'7.5".
Bronny the Armani Bates.
A little over 6'7".
Yeah, shout out to him.
But hold on, Jack, you said with the 30th pick. Are you alluding to something?
I think stir the pot a little bit, right? I think any team in the first round should think this way. If you have the chance to draft Bronny James, and I think that Bronny James can be Jrue Holiday in 5 years. I'm a stand on that. I think he can be a Derrick White. I think he could be a phenomenal role player. I heard somebody talking about his ability to just like play well off of LeBron. Someone was talking positively about how immediately or give it a year, Bronny James can be put into a situation as like the 7th or 8th guy on a team and give you good minutes off the bench and play well with LeBron. But from the Celtics standpoint, I wouldn't hate stirring the pot a little bit. I think it's kind of funny that like the entire state of Massachusetts absolutely despises LeBron. And so we go ahead and just take Bronny James. I'm sitting here thinking the prospects in this draft, you can take a risk on Bronny James.
No way. He is not putting on the Boston Celtics.
I was telling my sister this weekend that if I was a team that didn't like Bron, I would draft Bronny just so you couldn't play with your son.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'll draft him
LeBron,
like you
come
would
on
never
over.
play with your pops. Come over here.
Because you know for a fact he ain't putting on the Boston Celtics.
I know he's not, but
you know
Bronny
that for a
could.
fact.
That would be the funniest. Hey, you know what?
Why not? Why not you?
I'm not.
Yeah.
No, he's not putting on the Boston Celtics.
That's a story. That's a storied franchise.
Yeah.
What about Golden State? Because I think Bronny being under Steph Curry, Chris Paul, LeBron gets to play with all of his best friends. I think Golden State. I like Dallas. I don't like the Lakers. I think that's what it's going to be, right? That's kind of the consensus here is they're going to hire JJ Redick and LeBron's going to sign there. But why hasn't LeBron said shit about where he's playing next year yet? Why is he delaying it?
When has
This May.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, when has he ever done that?
When has he ever done that? When?
He's never done that early.
Never.
The whole
Yeah,
NBA
because he
playoffs
leaves.
going on. We
He
arguing
leaves.
about LeBron free agency.
Why? Wait, is this an
I ain't gonna lie. A lot of
Celtics
people would
fan?
have nothing
Is
to
this
talk
about?
about.
No. I love LeBron. I want to
Are
see
you
LeBron and Steph play together. That's what I want
Why would they play
in
together?
the NBA playoffs, be like, why ain't LeBron spoke about his free agency yet?
because they're both out right now. So they team up and they, go chase Jordan.
Well, you got 2K. You got an Xbox Series X. You got a PlayStation.
That's what I'm
5.
doing.
Which one?
But you know what? Sometimes you got to play a little 2K.
There you go.
That's all you got to
There
do.
you
Yeah,
go.
make that trade. Put Andrew Wiggins in the trade and somebody else and call it a day.
It looks pretty darn good in real life too.
Yeah. They're still not getting out the West.
I'd enjoy seeing it, but who knows? We'll see what goes on in the summer. But my
I think
man,
real
Go
quick,
ahead,
Ron,
Chip.
I think the recipe is from last year, from what I saw last year. I think that you stick with that one-on-one coverage, and Joker got to go for 50. He got to go for 60. He has to in order for and if that happens, then that's fine. We
But they're
can't
not
double
gonna- they're not-
we can't double him. We can't double him. Some of the games that they lost last year in the playoffs, when they lost to Minnesota, when they lost to Phoenix, I think when they lost to Phoenix, he went for 52 that game. I think when they lost last year,
53 and 11 and
Yeah,
30, 17 and 17.
exactly, he went to and
Turn the ball over in the last minute.
right. So I feel like with Joker, the one-on-one coverage, and just leave it at that, and do your best, like Anthony Edwards was doing, getting around screens, bumping guys, making it difficult on guys, like what Jaden McDaniels was doing with Michael Porter Jr., actually putting the hand up and closing out harder on Aaron Gordon. And if Joker is going to do that, we'll live with it. That's the only thing that I'm thinking about. Other than that,
but if you
other than
single
that-
cover him, they're going to put you in
Ryan
action though to get
Rudy was
everybody else
on
involved.
AG.
I think that's the problem.
but that's what I'm saying, though, Swipe. But like to put the other guys in action, right? So we put Jamal Murray in action. I saw Anthony Edwards doing a good job with Jamal Murray in action. I saw Jaden McDaniels doing a good job with Michael Porter Jr. in action. I saw these guys actually doing a good job with these other guys in action. So if we make Joker be more of an isolation player and have him do all of it, and we can slow these other guys down, I'm comfortable with Joker going 55 and 20 and them winning. You know what? That'll be it. I'm good with that.
Are you throwing Kristaps in single coverage against Jokic? Is that a similar
That's
game
what y'all
plan
did.
when it gets to
That's
Boston,
exactly,
Denver?
That's exactly what y'all did. And he averaged
When we played against
32,
them in the regular season, right?
Yes.
32, 11,
Yes.
11
So
12
we
for
have
games.
we can't do that, correct? We have to.
You
throw
have to do
double
it
coverage.
because you're
Well,
not going to have Kristaps number
First,
one. just
I was
be
about to
clear.
say, first and foremost,
Al
I don't
Horford
think
going to be playing. It's
I
going to be Al
don't
Horford and Xavier Tillman.
I don't think
Luke
KP is
Cornett?
playing.
Yeah. Okay, so
Luke Cornett on the court?
If he's playing, then you definitely have to double it. It's a different.
No, you can't.
Completely
That's the thing.
different.
You can't double. That's the point. It's like you cannot double. That is what gets.
I know that's the
everything going.
point, but against Boston, I feel like you have to double.
If you double, you're cooked, and it's not going 5 games.
All I know, the Wolves defense is fine when Rudy's on AG. Cat needs to stop fouling. I'm gonna be honest. It's really that simple. Cat being in
Some
foul
fouls too, Mars. Like the one he picked
Bro,
up.
he stuck his knee out.
He just be
Chill,
bumping.
chill.
people
He
for no
literally
reason.
stuck his leg out.
Like, what are you
Like
doing?
that's the problem. If Cat doesn't get in foul trouble, Rudy on AG and his ability to roam, they couldn't score at the rim in the half court when Rudy was on AG. They just couldn't, not consistently. They were getting to the rim and their transition defense was appalling. But in the half court, they couldn't score at the rim when Rudy was on AG. He was blowing up everything. Guys are cutting. He's there. Screening action. He's there. He had to switch on to Jamal Murray a couple times. He ended up forcing a miss, but then no one's there to rebound. It's a putback. The
So that's
issue
the
is
one Ant for
Cat
AG
keeps
called
messing
dunk
up on
Ant.
defense.
And it slows down the momentum too, Mars, because like those fouls, next thing you know, this 11-3 run that we're on, now it thwarts that because they got to go to the strike and they get free throws. Now Cat's got to come off the floor. And now we got to go back to doing something different defensively. If
Joe, you ever seen 3 straight charges before?
Three straight.
And you know, two of them could have so easily been lobster.
No.
Easy.
No, but you saw they had already used a challenge, so they couldn't challenge again. And then on top of that, Malone had blown it up. That's what coaching is. That's what Lakers fans want Darvin Ham to do. If they wanted him to scream and yell at the coach, because then it changed everything. 3 straight possessions, 3 charges. I'd never seen that before.
That was terrible.
But then the Wolves wouldn't kick the ball out. Like they had an open corner 3, but then they were just like straight to the hole.
But aside from that,
Yeah,
what Mark
Rudy
said,
opened
they
the
had
game
open
too.
lobs. The one that Cat got, it just didn't make no sense. You got the ball at the 3-point line, took one dribble, and basically you just closed your eyes and act like you didn't see nothing.
Right.
Rudy was wide open right there. He should have
wiggle.
even dribbled. He should have caught it and just threw it up immediately.
He got the off handles. He ain't got no wiggle for real, bro.
Oh,
Just as slow as Euro step you ever seen.
I'm gonna assume Cat played the worst defense I've seen him play all season because he hurt his knee in the first quarter. Just for my sanity, because what he did last night on defense was criminal. Miscommunication. They played zone, and he messed it up instantly, and they couldn't go zone again. I know like zone doesn't work against the Nuggets anyway, but they played zone for 1 possession, and Cat messed it up. MPJ got an open 3. He missed, but like it was.
Mars, it's Cat though. It's like,
but his defense had been better this
he has
season. But when he goes away from what his
good.
role is, you stay on Jokic. When AG screens, you're meant to get through the screen, whether that's go under or get through it. And he's switching. That was a play. I remember it. I noted it down. 7 minutes were left in the second quarter. They run their inverted pick and roll. Jokic and AG. Cat just switches for no reason. Hugs Aaron Gordon. Don't ask me why he hugged him. He hugged him. Rudy looks over to him, tells him to recover. He goes like this, recover. Cat ignores it, doesn't recover. And then they bring Ant into the action with Jamal Murray. Ant gets caught on the screen. Now he has to switch on to Jokic. Jokic gets a steal and a layup. That's all because Cat just messed up in the first place. I'm just
That was
watching.
a great pass, Bob.
Which we went over, by the way,
Like,
Mars.
what are you doing?
We went over this, by the way, Mars. Don't think for 1 second that this was some action that we didn't go over. We actually went over this in the walkthrough. We went over this in practice. We go over when Jamal Murray gets wide. Rudy's making it clear that I'm going to get there, but I'm going to get there in time to give you time to get back, so I don't have that much ground to cover. Instead, he's hugging Aaron Gordon right here, hugging him. Meanwhile, Rudy's screaming at him, come on. No, he doesn't get back. Meanwhile, he drops the ball right on the floor, layup, get Cat off the floor, kill him.
I'm trying to figure out why we're surprised.
But this thing is they can't get Cat off the court because
No,
if they put
he's got to play. He's got to play.
and if because he actually was okay offensively yesterday, but like Kyle can't play. Nas can't really play either. Nas is too small. He can't play the 4. He's too small.
They're running out of options. Cat has to be better. It's that simple. Now, is his defense good? No. Has it looked better this season? Yes. But now we're at a point where Cat's on the floor and he's having to start making decisions for himself, and he's all over the place.
And Jaden McDaniels not a 0, but he's about a 1 or 2 offensively right now. Like he has a turnaround he'll hit, but he can't hit open 3s consistently. Like that's what I'm saying. He's just standing there. So the Nuggets are just like, cool. Well, if Neil Kill's gonna hit 3s,
what's up with your man, Ron? Get your man off the floor.
Who, Jaden?
Ron, what's up with your man?
The Seattle native. Yeah.
Can you get us because it's obvious that that's the game plan. We're leaving him open. To your point, Swiper. We're going to leave him open specifically, and particularly on the right wing. That's what we're going to leave him open at the long ball line. And we know that you're not as comfortable at the long ball line as you are at the rim. And I understand Jaden McDaniels is young, just like Anthony Edwards is young. But when you add stuff like that in, and you don't know how to play the pick and roll, and you got to chase guys around screens, I mean, it's a recipe for disaster. I'm still sticking with Minnesota. I am, because I picked them at this.
Sure, you gotta let that go. You gotta let
I
that
picked
go.
them to
We
win the
would not be upset with you if you let go of the Tatum thing, the Celtic stuff. The
Oh,
Bulls stuff. We know who you are. Chill.
This series isn't
support you.
over. It can still be.
It is
moved
not.
on.
No, I'm not saying
It
it's
is not.
over, but
And you gotta
chill.
stay
But
at your
chill.
take. What you had
But
at the
chill.
first, you gotta
No,
stick
you don't.
with
No,
it.
you don't.
I
No, you
said
don't.
that.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you
I
don't.
said
Not on
that.
this. Not on this platform.
Up is when
Talk
they
to
lose all
Ron.
your
Talk to Ron, Mr. Bucks fan over here. But anyway, chill. Listen. Chill.
Ron
Look at
still
their
got
face.
Pacers and 7.
Pacers fan.
Did you see their faces though when they walked off the court and down the stretch of the game?
It's what I told. It's what I told Mars. What I told Mars was before you showed up. It looked like what they should have done to Denver in Game 3. There's a part of me that feels like they broke them last night. That's what it looked like to me. The part of me feels like they broke Minnesota, and I'm not sure. I'm not saying that they can't. I'm not sure that they can recover from that.
I think Ant's gonna be there. He's gonna be cool.
Yes.
He was smiling yesterday.
Yes,
But Rudy, I mean, who's it gonna come from? That's what I'm saying. If Mike Conley don't play, who's the offense coming from?
Chill just alluded to it. Jaden McDaniels got to be better. Cat, you're in all in Swiper. When I say that, I'm not saying Jaden McDaniels got to score 30, but you got to make some open threes. You got to get us some easy layups.
Cat wasn't bad yesterday offensively as a scorer.
Yeah, but chill. No, because we're letting Cat off the hook.
Mm.
And I was gonna say this earlier. If we were just to play Russian roulette and we had just had to choose somebody before the series, and I was like Mars, Chill, Jack, Ox, Swiper, who is it gonna be that's just gonna fuck up on offense or defense? And I gave you the whole starting 5. We would have all chose Cat unanimously, and that's what it's been. Cat, you got to be better. You're a veteran now. You've been to the playoffs. You're an all-star. You're an Olympian. You're this, that, and the third.
But Ron, the
no,
problem
he
is,
has to be better.
But the
His
problem
swipe
is the
nothing
Nuggets
we
ain't
can say.
I
don't care how good Jokic is. I don't care how
I
good
didn't
the
say
Nuggets
Jokic.
are. You are
But
Carl
it's also
Anthony
AG.
Towns.
It's
You
also
are a number
MPJ.
1 overall pick. No, I don't want to hear that, Swiper. You have to be better.
But it's
If
their
you
defense.
are who you say you are, a big purr, a big cat, you're a Bengal, you're a tiger, whatever you may be, you are him. You have to be better. Okay? I don't care if it's a 1B, I don't care if it's a 2A, I don't care who you are. You're a 20-10 guy. You're one of the better talents. You're a 7-footer. You're the self-proclaimed best shooting big of all time. Well, shoot it. Shoot it, Cat. You got work on the block. Work out, Cat. You have the potential to be a good defender. Be a good defender, Cat. We need you to show up, Cat. Anthony Edwards is only 22, Cat. We need you to do something, Cat. Where are you, Cat? Yoo-hoo, hello? Are you there? Am I lying? Does Cat need to be better or not?
Ron, it's their defense that's been solved. The offense is cool. The Nuggets they've gotten emotion with their defense now. I told Chill this.
Mm-hmm.
As the series goes on, they're just going to be more and more comfortable with that defense. We can play physical too. So once we figure the skill stuff out, everything else is just water. And that's just kind of what's happened now.
Yeah.
Defense is great. I'm saying like defense is great and all. But once you get to solve enough as an offense, and that's the same thing with Jordan, with Magic, with Steph, with any of these players at the apex. Like when I figured you out, Boston 2022 finals, as this gentleman over here remembers, once Steph figured out what you're doing, night, cooked. Chill. You watched that whole series. They got cooked.
I can't believe them dudes played drop coverage on Steph Curry. I can't believe it. That's still
I think it was a good plan. I still think it was a good plan.
We needed it. Chill. Trust.
It made y'all better.
It made us better. Ups and downs, trials and tribulations. Jayson Tatum is life.
Play drop coverage on Steph Curry. I'm sure that there was somebody in the coaches' meeting going, "This is a terrible idea." I'm sure that there was somebody in there saying that.
And they were wrong. It was a good idea. It just didn't work. It's a good idea, though.
All right, I gotta salute everybody that's in the chat. All 2,000 of you, y'all. All 2,000 of you like the video. Let's get 2,000 likes today. Let's do something that's never been done before. Also, too, we are going to be on playback today. Y'all be sure to pull up. Enjoy. If you haven't went yet, playback.tv. Join the Players' Choice Room. We will be watching the Cavaliers and the Celtics game tonight with none other than Chilltown. So y'all pull up. We're definitely going to talk about that game. Jack, I need to hear your thoughts and sentiments on this whole series and all of that good stuff. So we'll get to that. Also, the game after that, OKC and the Mavs. We're going to be watching that too. Pull up with me. Let's turn up. We're going to have a good old time. on Playback tonight. Make sure you join playback.tv and the Player's Choice Room once again. Also, that little QR code right under Mars, that will get you to the website where you can get things like this. Chill, can I see your shirt? You can get things like that too. Shirts, hoodies, hats, socks, drawers, tank tops, whatever you may need, it's all there. So go check it out. Go check it out. All right, fellas, I got a lot of super chats, so we're going to go ahead and show the people some love. I'm going to start with my members, of course. Give y'all a good shout out. Napoleon ice cream. Or Neapolitan ice cream. Y'all like Neapolitan ice cream?
When I eat ice cream, yes, I did like it.
Sorry.
Definitely catches my eye when I see it in the freezer. For sure.
Yeah, I only eat the strawberry and I'll leave the rest alone. But shout out Neapolitan ice cream.
I respect that, actually.
Isaiah Garcia also became a member today. Shout out to Isaiah Garcia. iGhost45 became a member today too. Shout out iGhost45.
IG hopes, bro.
Anybody know how to say this name?
You got it, host.
Shout out to this name for becoming a member today.
Let me do that.
Noivy Cram.
It's the best we're gonna get.
Yeah. Shout out Ox. B Lamar H also became a member today. We got a bunch of members, so salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all all for coming through. Almighty Scambo, who's been a member for 9 months, he sent through a super chat. He said, Jokic is love, Jokic is life. Elron, El Bozos, hashtag Cavs in 7.
Just threw that out of nowhere.
He a Cavs fan. He gotta believe until he can't believe anymore.
He was talking about Jokic. He threw in Cavs in 7. I get it.
What's the
world
chances
wants to
that
see
that
us
happens?
lose? Huh?
What's the chances that happens?
Very slim. They're very slim.
Yeah, 0.
Boston in 5.
The idea that Boston, there's a world where Boston has a meltdown at home again, and Donovan Mitchell returns for Game 6 and has a crazy performance, and then anything can happen in 7. There you go. That's the hypothetical. Doesn't happen. It ends tonight.
Swiper, do you usually keep your cat in the bag, like Paris Hilton?
No, they so I have this dog that's right next to me. There's 3 of them. They took Chad's food off the counter, and I had to go clean it up.
Bullies in the house. Bullies in the house.
Put them in there.
Bullies in the house.
I can't. I obviously I love Mitchell. Cats are insane, man. Like anybody got cats?
Very high maintenance. I used to have a sable Burmese. I did.
Some like that.
They don't listen. Like I'm saying, you could tell them whatever, and they just don't listen.
Very high maintenance.
And they eat anything, Ron. I'm telling you, like you can put anything on the ground, they're gonna eat it. They just predators.
Wait, are cats supposed to listen?
Yes. As they get older, they settle down. It's just the problem is that like when they're young, they just like,
So you
whatever.
You
this ain't my house.
That's like a human.
You could tell a cat go get in the bed or go over there or go lay down, and the cat will do it.
I guess.
So
That's fire.
Brax with the super chat. He said Jokic showed last night why he's the reckoning.
he did. That was hard to watch. That was,
Yeah, he's solid. He a solid player.
It was scary.
I'm a big fan of domination, but
I'm not gonna lie to you, Mars. That might be the craziest thing I've ever seen you say. And if you weren't of a certain pigment, I'll be on you right now. But I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna hold you. I'll let it go. I will let it go.
Hold on, wait.
I'm not gonna say that.
In the chat, in the group chat.
I just said Jokic is solid. I don't know why.
No, that's not what you
took
said.
offense to that.
Nah, bro, that's crazy.
I guess my fault. Jokic better. My bad. Yeah.
what's wrong with Mars saying he's solid? He is.
If there's a certain representation within our community that would have a lot of issues with that because whatever. I ain't gonna say nothing about it though because I get it. Mars knows what he
I'm
did.
being xenophobic, guys. My bad. Jokic is the best. So
I'm missing something. But anyway, Ron, as you were saying,
Devin,
Chill started this, by the way. You learned it from Chill, so that's why y'all line up in the same column right
here
now.
we go.
Say it again, Chill. I can't use the hoodie because of what? Matter of fact, where's the hoodie promo? Put it up, Ron. Let me see it. Let me see because I got the color on today. I'm matching. Let me see what it look like. Rob. Boom.
The one to the far left or the one to the far right? Or the one?
The one first off, he called Wyndon Gabriel the right. And Chill called me the left. So I don't know how y'all should feel about that. Look at that.
Hold
Not
on,
the
Swappy.
same
You
color.
got a shirt on?
We doing this again?
Not the same color. Oh no! He in the middle, laughing a little too hard, laughing a little too hard in the middle,
Oh man.
He got a Celtics shirt on, laughing at that joke too. That's another conversation. Thank the Lord. Hey, Jokic
we'll take LeBron. We'll take LeBron.
Thank the Lord that Jokic did not get drafted to the Celtics, Jill. Imagine how that would have been. 3 straight MVPs, the last 2 of them Celtics and both white. Wow. I might have agreed with somebody on the internet yesterday, last year on ESPN in March. Jill, I might have agreed with somebody had they said it, if he wasn't on my team.
I don't know what this means, but I'm good.
You talking about kids?
Comment on it.
Yo,
Devin has been a member for 10 months. He said, as an OKC fan, we want the Wolves. I don't want any problems with Big Yoke.
This is what I'm talking about.
Let's focus on getting out of your series first.
That's number one. And number two, this right here is evidence he's not in the minority. There are teams who duck smoke. There are teams who do that. So he is not in the minority.
Check on something for Jokic. It's cool though. That's cool.
That's the man, like we talked about before. That's the art of war. I don't want to play the best team, okay? I want y'all to beat them.
Y'all beat each other up, and then after you finish lumping him up, then I'll deal with you.
We'll just clean up crew. That's what we are. Just clean up the rest.
9-7 Teal said Jokic and SG Dubs better.
Accurate.
Shout out Jokic and SG Dubs.
Rambo
E 1996 says salute to the panel.
Latest Wiper, good to see you, brother.
All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to you, Ron. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just that hour swiper, man. Go if you're gonna come to work, go to work.
Slipped in the door and then slipped right back out the back door. Like, all right, I get what y'all do.
I mean, you know why Swiper came in here today. Come on.
You know
Swiper
for sure.
now.
For sure.
Swiper is gonna be here all week.
Yeah,
Swiper was not supposed to be here Monday. He was not supposed to be here today. And you know why he came here on Monday?
I'm seeing Swiper way too much.
He wasn't here yesterday.
He wasn't?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was. Was he not?
I don't remember him here yesterday.
Am I bugging?
Nah. Oh yeah, because you had your man Dion here yesterday, man.
No, Swiper was here yesterday. Yes, he was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was.
With ticket?
Yes, that's the reason why he came.
Yeah, I mean,
Remember him and Dion was going back and forth?
Rudy, AD, all-time defenders stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Swiper was
here.
here.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, and I was like, yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought that was Monday. I apologize. I thought it was Monday.
Time flies, man. Time flies.
I thought that was Monday. My fault.
Tough Bradley said, Hornets fan here. Still no hope for my team.
No, you good. You got the 6th overall pick this year. You gonna get someone good with that pick. I think.
I'm not gonna say it. Take Bronny.
All right. No, man. Damn.
What's going on?
Donovan Clean.
I guess Damo don't want to be here, y'all.
Oh.
And Panzu said,
Giving us a pump fake.
Yo, Damo.
Am I
teasing
good?
us?
Am I good? Am I good?
I don't know. Maybe you're allowed up here now. I don't know.
Okay,
All right, cool. Everything's working out. And Panzu said, Jokic is better. I just need MPJ to be in R2.
Number 2.
Number 2. Can MPJ be number 2?
Does it matter?
No, because Jamal Murray is very, 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 very good.
So is Aaron Gordon.
Yeah. MPJ is probably the 4th option. They're winning and he's not shooting it like lights out or anything. And you even like Jamal Murray didn't have a good first half. He didn't play like lights out. He had 4 points. But this is the same claim with Jayson Tatum. Everyone says, "Oh, Tatum didn't have a good game. He only scored 22 points." You get your buckets when your team needs you to get the buckets. And Jamal Murray did exactly that in the 4th quarter, late in the game. He showed up when it mattered most. He had his run, but he wasn't like on the whole game. And that's okay. That's what great teams can do.
Shout out to Jayson Tatum.
Shout out. You got to include him in everything. It's
Facts.
every take. It's all good.
Shout out to Kerry Lakin.
Kerry Lakin. Brother, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, you know I will. Chill. Come on, man. You know I will.
Appreciate that.
How you feeling, Damo?
Feeling a lot better, man. Sorry I missed Monday. I was under the weather like crazy. But I'm here. I'm good now. I'm straight. I'm feeling a lot better. Voice feeling better. Enjoying the playoffs like always.
Okay. And you happy that your team is going to draft Bronny at 17? We talked about this a little bit earlier.
Not 17 at 55. 17. We're drafting Khalil Ware. That's just who we're taking. I'm speaking it into existence.
I like it. Indiana
Like
guy.
James Najee last year.
Hey, and if we did draft James Najee, he wouldn't have went back overseas. He would actually stay.
And also, shout out Reece Shepard getting the highest vertical in the combine. Now, Mars, you guys get a really athletic guy that can shoot too at point guard. So
he's not going 3. Oh my god!
Salute to you guys. Yo, I don't think he's going 3 either. But I've seen it in literally every single mock draft I've looked at.
Those guys are bad at their job. They're bad at their job.
If he goes 3, then he goes 3. I just hope he doesn't.
Yo, Damo, Mars, chill. Are we gonna put together a mock draft? Players.
I would love to.
We did one on Open Gym yesterday. We could definitely do a panel.
A very accurate one.
Mars, you said that yesterday. Yeah, Mars, you said that yesterday. That's all y'all was talking about on the.
Yeah, we did a whole first round mock. Now I think we gonna do another one closer to the.
Gotta revise a couple things.
Yeah, man, we gotta. I'm gonna have our editors get a hold of that. We gotta put that out to the masses.
I'm down to do that.
Damo mock draft. We gotta we gotta put these people on the real basketball IQers. Gotta let them know. Anime Lecture Hall said Wolves need to trade Cat. He has the issue, or he was the issue, not Rudy.
They're both the issue. I've been saying they need to trade Cat. I'm just glad y'all coming around to it now.
That's that. Creative Bobby with the super chat. He said, "Where's Ticket? He was slandering Jokic after the first 2 games, so we need equal yet opposite reaction to his dominance. I know we won't get it because he don't be consistent, but wow."
Oh, it's gonna be all about Rudy Gobert tomorrow when Ticket's on. It's gonna be all about Rudy Gobert and how he's the fake defensive player of the year. That's what it's gonna be about. So just prepare for yourself.
Drink More Agua sent through the super chat. He said 3 things have turned this series around. One is Jokic being the worst component. One
is Jokic being at worst competent on defense. The second is Aaron Gordon outplaying Cat, and the third is Denver's defense exponentially getting better throughout the series.
That's what Drink More Water said. Are these 3 things you guys have noticed?
Well, yeah, Jokic's defense has been much better. They're playing him higher in the pick and roll. They're going back to more what they did last year on defense. And Jokic is putting in the effort. He's playing well on defense. Now, once again, once you get to the rim, he's still not going to alter a lot of shots. But for the most part, he's been good on defense. And this is why I say he's an okay defender. He's solid. He's not a complete negative when he gives effort. When he doesn't give effort, but when he gives effort, he's okay. He's serviceable.
Leaf Diggy with the super chat. He said, so Ron came in the playback last night and got mad at me when I said the Pacers don't get enough stops. And Chill got mad at me when I said that Rudy is compromised in this series. I said the next 4 games, Denver wins after 0-2 fall.
He's right.
Diggy spitting?
I think it's going 7. Yeah.
Well, then he's not right.
Yeah, I think the series is going 7, so I don't think he's right.
There we go.
He's right about Rudy being quote unquote compromised. I do think that because Denver has figured out the physicality. So I think that part I think that part is correct. But I still think the series is going 7.
He's definitely right about the Pacers.
Gandhi KV2 said Brunson legacy game. I called it. Brunson over Halabum. I think it's about time to talk about this game that happened last night in the Madison Square Garden. It was basically the opposite of the game before. The Pacers got the hell beat out of them by the New York Knicks. They lumped them up. Brunson had 44 points, went ballistic. Let's talk about it, fellas. I don't really want to.
I ain't watched the game. That's the first time. I didn't even know he had 44 shots to Brunson, man.
You didn't know that, Mars?
No, I watched it. I have to sleep at some point. I fell asleep. Right. I seen it was halftime. The Knicks were up 15.
Yep.
I seen Brunson at 28.
Yep.
I was like, all right. And then I just went back to sleep before the Denver game.
They got their clock clean last night. That's what
They
happened.
got straight
They got
bullied.
their clock.
Straight bullied.
Yeah, I
they
seen
got their
Dante
clock.
DiVincenzo getting into it with Miles Turner. I seen that circulating. I don't know what it was.
There was a
about.
lot of scrappy moments. It was the Isaiah Jackson moment with Hartenstein after the screen. It was obviously the DiVincenzo running through Miles Turner. There was a lot of little things. I love it. Scrappiness back in the playoffs. Yeah, wrap the Pacers up, man. This isn't a good look. It's not looking good after last night's game. They can't win a road game. That's the problem. They can't win a road game. And I've been on this apology tour all playoffs now, and I'm gonna just continue it. Hey, man, it was a nice run by Reese earlier this season. You know, I know Ron won't say it. I'll say it on behalf of everybody a part of the Halliban. Hey, man, we overhyped him. You know, we overhyped him. The Halle Band. That's what we call ourselves. The Halle Band. We overhyped him. It is what it is. You know, he's. I don't want to say Ben Simmons because he's not that bad, but the man is Lonzo Ball with no athleticism. Like he's a passer, and that's okay. I'm okay with the fact that he's a passer.
Halliburton is Lonzo Ball without the athleticism
and not in defense. Yeah, he's Lonzo without the athleticism. Wow. He's a passing point guard, man.
Yeah, and then he's gonna have 30 points in Game 6, and the Pacers are gonna win by 25. And then
Halliburton's
and then we're gonna be waiting to go to Game 7. And then we're going to win the game 7 and they're going to lose.
I get it. It's not that Halliburton's bad or that he's on whatever you said, non-athletic Lonzo Ball. He just doesn't show up sometimes. And who doesn't show up sometimes? Everybody, because everyone has ups and downs and bad games. And when you're young like this, especially when you're experiencing is this Halliburton's first ever playoffs? Yes, I believe it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay, he's playing pretty darn good. Let's relax.
I'm not saying he's playing bad. No one said he's playing bad.
I get it. You just said he's a Lonzo Ball with no athleticism.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. You don't know how he feels about Lonzo. You don't know me. I'm very high on Lonzo Ball. I'm a super Lonzo Ball fan. I'm not saying it as a bad thing. Yeah, let's relax. I'm not saying Lonzo Ball without athleticism like that's a bad thing. I love Lonzo. I'm saying Halliburton is just a passing point guard. A lot of people will see he only took 4 shots up until the fourth quarter last game. Game 1, he took like 6 shots. Guys like I could come on here and say, "Oh man, he got baby nuts. He's scared to shoot." I don't think he's scared to shoot. He's just very selective about a shot, and he's not going to force shots. No matter what, Halliburton is going to play within the offense. He's going to take shots when he sees fit to take shots, and he's not going to force it. He looks to pass, in my opinion, to a fault. He's definitely over passive, but that's just who he is. I don't think with the play style he has now, I don't think he's a 1. I think he's at best a 2. You got to have a guy that's going to take control of the offense and hit shots when you need to hit a shot. And right now, that's not Hallie. I wouldn't argue that with you.
Say that again, Jack.
I believe if you swap them, right, I would take Tyrese Halliburton over Jalen Brunson all day.
Didn't you say the same thing about Derrick White if you swap them?
I did hear the Derrick White take you guys had, and I actually had a thought on that. You know, Derrick White over Jaylen Brown is what somebody said on the show a couple of days ago. I wanted to say that that's not true. Obviously, Jaylen Brown's a top 15 player, but yeah, I would rather have Derrick White than Jalen Brunson. If you told me that we could swap Jalen Brunson for Derrick White right now, I wouldn't do it. And it's a slim list of point guards that I would swap Derrick White for.
If you could swap Derrick White for who?
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson, I would not do it. If I'm the Celtics, I would not.
Oh, you hate Jalen Brunson. That's what that is.
No, I don't hate him. I think he's the most overhyped player.
Wait a minute.
Any NBA player single coverage, he's going to cook.
Wait a minute, Damo. Does he work with what they're doing with the Boston Celtics?
Thank you.
Brunson? Does he? I'm not talking about him as a player, Damo. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm clear. I'm not talking about him as a player, but does he work for what they're doing with the Boston Celtics?
I believe so.
No.
In what way? In what way does he work?
No.
I think Jalen Brunson he's such a good talent. It doesn't matter where you put him. He's going to make it work. He's going to figure it out. I seen him work next to Luka. I'm sorry. If you work next to Luka, I think he could work in a lot of places.
Well, I think
I'm not going to be everywhere, but you can work in majority of places.
Well, number one, with him working next to Luka, he was basically in the same situation as Kyrie Irving was, where they basically gave him the basketball and played off of Luka, right? And played off of Luka. Now, when we're talking about the Boston Celtics, they play a little bit different. It's a lot of ball movement, a lot of action, a lot of long balls. They play in transition. Jalen Brunson is a very ball-dominant guard. They don't really have that with the Boston Celtics. I'm not talking about him as a talent, Damo. I'm talking about him in terms of his fit with the Boston Celtics. Plus, they also play a high level. Plus, they play high level caliber defense. So I'm thinking to myself, does Jalen Brunson work in this particular system, or would he be a better fit with the Knicks? I'm not sure that he would. I'm not sure that he would.
I wouldn't argue that he would be a better fit.
There have been 3 examples of us moving off of him. There have been 3 examples of us moving off of a Jalen Brunson type player in the past 5 years during the Tatum and Brown era because it just hasn't worked. Maybe that's like, I just love what Derrick White presents. He shoots the 3 and he plays hard and he plays good defense and he knows his role. Like Kemba Walker, Isaiah Thomas, and Kyrie Irving. Those are the 3 names that I say, yes, phenomenal, great one-on-one basketball players. They did not work in Boston. And Isaiah Thomas was phenomenal. One of my favorite players ever. Never in a chance did we have a fighting chance against a LeBron James Cleveland team that was made up of a bunch of trash cans around LeBron James.
Shout out to Derrick White.
I just think he works better for what they do. I just feel like he works better for what they're doing in Boston. That's all.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's super fair. I'm not even mad at that at all.
And I've given you examples in the past, Damo, about, I don't think Mark, and the one example that I've always given you, I don't think Mark Aguirre was better than Adrian Dantley, but I think he was better for the bad boys than Adrian Dantley. As a fit, he wasn't a better player. I just feel like he was a better fit for them.
That's super fair. I'm not gonna say that Jalen Brunson would work better than Derrick White because I think Derrick White's the best player on the Celtics. But I'm not gonna say he works better. But I will say Jalen Brunson. I think Jalen Brunson would work. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he will work more than someone else, but I do think he would work. He will find a way to make it work. They will find a way to make it work. So let's go see the Derrick White.
Yeah. So he's one of them dudes that, like, we'll find minutes for you. We'll figure out how to put you involved in what we're doing. He's that kind of talent.
Absolutely.
I don't want to sound like a complete Jalen Brunson hater because I think ultimately what he's done for New York and, his role was to do what he's been doing, and he's just done exactly what we've expected him at plus more. The amount of hate that he's gotten for, and I'm one of them to say it, like, I don't think Jalen Brunson is as good as people are making him out to be, and then he just drops a calm, cool, and collected 45 in a game 5, right? So give him the flowers there, but they're nowhere near like Boston, and they're going to get gentlemen swept, and that's why I can't in my head think Jalen Brunson is the best point guard in the league. I just can't say that.
I'm going to say it for you, Damo. Trampled. That's the word that I'd like to use with the Knicks and the Celtics if they end up seeing in the Eastern Finals. I think the word is trampled.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, G.
I'm going to be outside of Madison Square Garden after Game 4 with the Jayson Tatum jersey and a broom and a cameraman that's ready to fight with me.
Yeah.
You're going to need one.
I'm going to need a reliable cameraman. I'll tell you that.
I think the Knicks are going to win a game, and then what's going to happen is some people are going to come in here, and I'm going to have to listen to Jayson Tatum ain't it. Jayson Tatum can't get these guys. What about your man, OG? What about Jayson Tatum? And then when they start smoking them, like they're doing with Cleveland right now, just so you know, Jack, it's been crickets around here, and not just not with the fellas up here, but all around. I've heard crickets about Jayson Tatum. But let them in Game 5, let them in Game 4. Jayson Tatum have a stinker and they lose without Donovan Mitchell. Oh my God, I wouldn't have heard the end of it. I would not have.
No.
Damo, is that what I walked into?
You better take care of business tonight.
Damo, I walked into you pushing the Knicks over the Celtics.
No, not necessarily. I mean,
talking about
in the long run, that's where it will end up going because I feel like if it's a Knicks and Celtics conference finals, hey man, Jayson Tatum ain't gonna be able to just camp in the lane and not box nobody out for no rebounds.
Yeah, but you're gonna see the real Jayson Tatum in that series. I think.
I forgot your open gym. Y'all two motherfuckers.
Who's the real Jayson Tatum? What's the real Jayson Tatum?
You two.
What? Ox. I'm not gonna lie. I was on your. Listen, I wasn't on this. I was not on Mars' side until he sat there and had me for a whole hour watching 64. Honestly, 12, but 64. Well, 62 because 2 of them didn't even count. But 64 Jayson Tatum rebounds.
Mind you,
you can say whatever you want until you sit there and watch it, man.
I wasn't against Mars in this. I just hadn't seen it. I was just like, if this is true, then maybe he's not the rebounder we think he is. I'm open to the maybe Jayson Tatum isn't who we think he is as a rebounder. I just didn't see it. So if
I
that
haven't
if
had
that
this-
happen, you know what I'm saying?
I haven't had this type of turnaround of a perception of a player since Westbrook. When I tell you, I watched 62 rebounds of let me just stand on the box while my man is at the 3. Rebound goes up, and the only person I'm fighting for the board is my teammate. And then I'm gonna just get a ball right back to my teammate after I get it. Crazy work.
Even though it hasn't been proven that he can't rebound in traffic, that has not been proven that he can't rebound in traffic.
No, Mars, you saw the proof of that too, right? He missed. Did you saw that proof or not?
I mean, the people
consistently rebounding traffic.
The people have seen when there's contact, he either doesn't catch the ball or it gets tipped out of bounds. That's what we've seen. But I will say, what game are we at now? Game 5, right?
Game 5.
Game 3 of the Cavs Celtics series, he did a good job rebounding. Now, I will say, he was tipping the ball out to his teammates. He wasn't actually like coming down with it. But I'm gonna give him credit for it because they were contested.
Oh, it's Jokic.
Wait, I'm saying I'm giving him credit. In game 3, the rebounds were very good. The Cavs were crashing. He was battling and he was tipping the ball out to his teammates, and they were securing the possession because of that. Now, then I watched game 4's rebounds, more of the same. But like I said, this isn't about like this whole thing for me about the rebounds is less about Jayson Tatum and more about people just box score watching in general. Jayson Tatum is just like the case study of it. But it applies to the Luka Doncic's, the LeBron James, like a lot of these wings or these guards, not named Josh Hart, be getting some rebounds that I'm like, if you really pay attention, you shouldn't be moved. And I'm seeing on the timeline on Twitter, people like, oh, Jayson Tatum, the fact that he's able to rebound like a 5 is so valuable.
All right.
Let's take Jalen Brown. Let's take Jalen Brown out of that too, Mars. Jalen Brown, he get physical.
Yeah, Jalen Brown be boxing out. I be paying attention. Jrue Holiday too. Jrue Holiday be boxing out.
Jrue Holiday don't play when
everybody boxing out. Everybody boxing out, so Tatum can get the rebound.
Well, that's the thing though. And I said that when we were talking about this, Mars. Sometimes the people like somebody got to box out so that somebody can go get the ball. Or some people, the people that are exceptional rebounders know how to box out, release up from their man and go chase the ball. But a lot of times we got to rebound as a team. So I mean, I get what you're saying though. This isn't about Jayson Tatum; it's about box score watchers. So I'm not gonna keep going into that. So
it's just about box score watchers. Jayson Tatum fans, if you're mad that I used Jayson Tatum as the example, I understand. I didn't mean for it to come across as Jayson.
It felt very personal, but
I didn't mean for it to come across as Jayson Tatum hate. I'm just pushing the fact that
I did.
You have to see more than the box score. Jayson Tatum was just the example.
Stop box score watching.
Yeah, that's it. Just stop box score watching. If you want next time I have something to talk about, I'll use a different player. I'll ask the chat which player do you want me to use as an example next time, and then I'll use it.
Don't use Tatum. Anyone else?
Okay, fine.
You find me a guy that's getting 10 boards without boxing out at all. Like, man, as a guy that played big man, to get rebounds and not even attempt the box out is crazy. I don't know, man. Fake rebounds, Mickey.
Yo, Jack. My thing is, so you said it's a small list of point guards you would take over Derrick White.
Sure, yeah.
Can I get that list? Do you know that list?
Yeah,
we threw some names out.
Point guards?
You said point guards.
Over Derrick White? Derrick White is in the league guard.
Smallest?
Yeah, one Derrick White in the league guard, but go ahead.
He is their essentially Joe Mazzulla has called him the point guard. I'm just going to say for comparing and doing a would you rather, we're going to compare Derrick White to point guards. You're happy to throw like shooting guards in there, but I feel like Derrick White at his best is a point guard. The names, it would be Luka, it would be Shea, it would be Steph. I wouldn't take Kyrie. Dame, no. My list stops there. I got 3 names for you.
Brunson,
nope.
Jamal Murray, Ja Morant,
nope.
De'Aaron
Not
Fox,
not Ja Morant, not De'Aaron Fox,
Darius Garland,
not Darius.
What are we doing right now?
Y'all got some good
guards. He take over. Guards he would take over.
League guards.
Derrick White. League guards he would take over Derrick White.
Celtics, or he thinks Derrick White's better than him?
No, he would rather have them on his team.
How many players could you guys name that are better than Derrick White at the guard position?
Better
the
than
Celtics or
that you'd rather have on the Celtics? What are we talking about?
Let's do would you rather. Let's do would you rather for the Celtics.
Okay.
Okay,
that makes it
very simple.
Because now what we're talking about is we're talking about something different.
Skill, it's like everyone has their own opinion about that. Everyone's good, right? At the end of the day, we're all good out there. Fit wise for the Celtics, You take Derrick White, you throw him off the team, you put this player on that team. How many
Not
guards
many.
could you name?
Not many.
Thank
Not
you.
many.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Because now
if we sat down and dug through it, we could find some.
Even if we did sit, here's what we're doing though, Ox. Well, this is what we're doing. We're not going off talent. Derrick White is a glue guy.
No, I understand.
Derrick White is one of those guys that holds
for the last 3 years.
Derrick White is one of those guys that holds this thing together. You can't just add a 25 a game guy and think that it's going to work like it works with Derrick White because of all the other stuff that he does.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that there aren't better players than Derrick White. 100%. I can get with that.
But the fact that they got Jrue Holiday chill makes it a little more easier. So
right.
now the fact, Jrue and Jalen. So it's like I could come off of Derrick White and put Jamal Murray over there. You know what I mean? Because they got Jrue and Jalen over there. You know what I mean?
I would rather have what Derrick White presents from a three-pointing defensive everything ability over Jamal Murray for this Celtics team because I want Tatum shooting the ball. I want Brown shooting the ball. I don't want Jamal Murray shooting the ball. Jamal Murray on this team takes shots away from Jayson Tatum and Jalen Brown. We need to focus more on Tatum and Brown. You guys notice game 3, game 4? I get Tatum and Brown. They're not really shooting the 3 all that well right now. At least Tatum, he's hit 2 threes, hasn't hit his over all series, all playoffs. And yet he started to take it to the rack more efficiently. He's starting to just go at the rim every single time he can. It was almost like Jokic in game 4 or game 5. Sorry. Right. Tatum in game 4 was attacking the hoop, and that's what we need to see out of him. And I think it was because LeBron was sitting courtside, maybe because I've compared. Remember last time I compared Jayson. I've seen Kobe Bryant and Jayson Tatum, right? I have now seen LeBron James and Jayson Tatum. I believe that Tatum almost has more of LeBron in him than Kobe. I'm waiting to see the MJ, and that happens in June if he beats.
Yo, you could take. Look, I think you could take Derrick White and put DeJounte Murray on that team. You know what I'm saying? Both the Murrays. You could put DeJounte or Jamal over there. Because once again, like I'm saying, it doesn't have to look the same. They don't have to do the exact same thing. Right. And you got so many pieces over there with Boston that we could switch things up. Like I said, they got Jrue over there, they got Jalen over there, they got other guys that can do things. Like Jrue can do a lot of what a lot of what Derrick White does, you know. So it's just like I understand what you mean. If you want somebody to take out and do exactly what Derrick White does, then okay. But
I don't want to lose what Derrick White is giving us right now.
Right. No, I understand that. I'm just talking about just for this hypothetical that we were talking about. Like you can plug a lot of guys in for Derrick White, and that's not a knock to Derrick White. It more so is about the versatility of Jrue Holiday, the versatility of Jalen Brown, the scoring ability of these guys, and especially when KP's healthy. Like there's a lot of guys that you could replace. And,
so
that just goes.
I don't know about a lot. I can only think of one guy that I could say that as a lead guard. You replace Derrick White with on this Celtics team and they're still running this exact way or similar to this way. Probably a healthy Lonzo, and that's it.
I knew you were going to say Lonzo.
I knew you were healthy Lonzo, man.
I love him.
A healthy Lonzo Ball is the only player I could think of that you take Derrick White, replace him on this team, and it works just as good. Like honestly, it might work even a little better. You know, Lonzo get the ball in a couple places with a couple passes. You know,
what about LiAngelo?
Jello taking shots from people. Jello is taking shots from people.
You seen Lonzo say he's 70%?
And that scared me because after 3 years and you only 70%, and he's like, I mean, I'm good enough to play, but I'm not 100 yet. That's scary. I don't like.
He got 5 months to get 30%. He got 5 months.
So he had 3 years to get to 100, and he only.
But sometimes the start is that it probably took more to get from 0% to 25% than it did.
That's fair. That's fair. And
so
he has setbacks.
Don't forget, Damo. He could just be scared. You know what I'm saying? It could be a mental thing.
Hey, watch it. Yo.
No, I'm not watching. I'm saying that's a real thing, bro.
That's a real thing, Damo.
Somebody cuts into your body, bro.
Yeah, that's a real thing, Damo.
You're concerned about that. Like you're strong. You're just as strong a lot of times, if not stronger than you were. But you're scared. Like, damn. What if
I guess.
Like, I don't mean to like in the sense of like he's soft or weak or nothing. I'm just saying like he could be just worried about it, you know.
Ox, what I want to ask you, because I'm thinking about glue guys. I ain't thinking about lead guards. I'm thinking about glue guys. Take Derrick White off. OG Anunoby. What does the Celtic team look like?
Damn.
That's a good one.
Damn, chill. What you trying to do to the league?
I'm just asking a question.
No, I think they're better. And I don't think I'm not saying OG's better than Derrick White, even though
we're talking about glue guys. That's all we're talking about.
Look, but you asking the wrong guy for the OG take. I think OG makes the every team you can mention better. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think you can replace him with everybody, so that's kind of different. But that's crazy though. Josh Hart. I'm a big fan of Josh Hart. I don't know. He does different things.
What the Celtics want to do. You're forgetting what the Celtics want to do. Is
Derrick White's better than Josh Hart. I think Derrick White's better than Josh Hart, but Josh Hart just brings another type of physicality to your guard play. Right. That they would still be a really good team. So it's just like I don't know what. There's so many guys you can plug, and that's my point. There's a lot of guys you can plug in at that position. They're still going to be a really good team, even though they might not do the same thing Derrick White does.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I just felt like I'd give you a couple of examples to check your
Alex Caruso, that's a good one. Drink my water, which I think about Alex Caruso. I like Alex Caruso.
Can I say that I think if Derrick White was put on the Knicks and you threw Brunson out of there, I think Derrick White could still give you 40 a night. He could give you 30 a night. Yes, he could.
40 a night. What's good, Jack?
I have seen it in the playoffs.
Are you okay, Jack? Are you all right?
38 points.
Yes, over there. Jack, send me some of that shit.
Everything okay with you, Jack? Are you okay, Jack? I want to make sure you're all right.
Yes. The media is being really mean to Jayson Tatum right now, so I'm just super rattled.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring. That something's wrong. So okay, let's reel it back in, brother.
Can I ask, when did you see 40 a night though? Like, not saying he can't get 40.
No, Damo. He didn't see 40 a night. We've already established he wasn't okay, and we've already established.
When I'm trying to find, when was this?
Never
in the playoffs?
Hey, y'all better bet the over.
All right, my bad. 38. Look at the Miami
He's
series
and look at what he did. Because I'm looking at it.
Because essentially what he's telling us, Damo,
is that 38 and then 25. I'm not even seeing back-to-back 30s.
You take that out. That's like 31 and a half.
You take Jalen Brunson.
You
take Jalen Brunson off of the Knicks. He's basically saying that Derrick White can throw them on his back like Jalen Brunson is doing.
Yes.
So that's what I'm at. Are you okay? Are you okay, sir? Are you okay?
Not even close.
Are you okay, sir?
Andrew Nemhard.
Jack, are you okay, Jack?
They don't make out the Philly series with Derrick
right
White.
now. When Derrick White starts locking up Jalen Brunson and he's splashing 3 balls on the other end, let's get ready for it. But it's all about roles. What I'm saying is, if the Knicks ask Derrick White to say, "Hey, bro, go out there and drop me 30 and do what Brunson's doing," he could.
We're not winning. We're not winning.
They're not making it out of Philly, Jack. Jack, they don't make it out of Philly.
We're not winning, Jack. It's not.
That's literally not in his game. Like, he can't do that.
Not who he is.
With all due respect to Derrick White, because I really do like him. I just wish you wouldn't say this.
Right. I just want to. You know what this is, Ox? This is the cute girl that now you're trying to make her even cuter than what she really is, and now she's turning ugly. Now you finding out bad shit about her. Like
now I'm realizing her flaws.
That's what I did. You know that big pimple on your forehead, but your nose is kind of. Wait a minute, she was just real cute a little while ago. Let's stay there. Let's stay right there, yo. Relax.
Derrick White has 2 30-point performances in his entire playoff career. Jalen Brunson has 3 40-point games in the first round this year.
So not in these playoffs. So Damo, not in these playoffs.
Stats again,
Damo,
again, let me just say.
So in these playoffs, not in these playoffs, you're talking about Derrick White's career.
Derrick White's career, he has had 2 30-point performances. Jalen Brunson, this playoff run alone, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games at bare minimum 39 points. Stop.
That's crazy.
Derrick White would never. Could never.
So Jack, if you're not, you're a Boston Celtic guy. I mean, I think Derrick White's been in the league 7 years now, something like that. 7, 8 years. So that means for what Damo is telling us, he's doing that one. He's getting you 30 once every 3, almost 4 years. Once. Jalen Brunson did that in 2 weeks. Are you okay, Jack? I just want to make sure you're okay. Are you all right, brother?
The New York Knicks have asked
Jack, send me some of that shit, bro.
Can't hear you, Damo.
I'm sorry. I said let's not talk about last year, because last year he gave you what? 1, 2, 3, 4 games of at least 30 points.
Yo, Jalen Brunson is just very good at getting 30 points a night.
Right.
He's very good at doing that.
Just a different guy.
And I'm a Jayson Tatum guy. Anybody knows me, I'm a Jayson Tatum guy. However, I'm not walking to the plane. There are no pirates behind me. No, I'm not jumping out. No, I'm not doing it.
I do wish a certain character named Pirate was up here. Salute to Pirate. Shout out to Pirate. We need you back soon. Whenever you get done, walking the plank or whatever you got going on out there, at sea, we need you back. Yeah. But we just did a whole hypothetical about Derrick White. Would you guys like to do one about Jayson Tatum? Let's do one with Jayson Tatum.
No, because I don't want to.
How many people can we replace Jayson Tatum with, and the Celtics still operate as good or even better?
There's a lot of number 2s in the league. I mean, what do you replace it number 2 for number 2? I mean, come on, man. Like you know how I feel about them. I'm proud of the Celtics though, because y'all know how I was talking about them last year. They had 2 number 2s. I was like, you can't win with 2 number 2s. They said, "F it, give me a whole lineup of 2s and 3s, and they look better."
Damo, if he's healthy, take
and
Jayson
one
Tatum.
Derrick White.
If he's healthy, take Jayson Tatum off the floor and put Middleton on the floor. What they look like?
The same.
Oh my gosh.
Chris Middleton?
This is why I sound the way I sound about the Boston Celtics.
You're talking about Batman?
And everyone's going to shit on Tatum. And there's me and Phil are the only 2 people.
I don't hate that, Damo. I don't hate that, Damo.
Is it not the same?
I've seen Chris Middleton carry Giannis.
Bro, Chris Middleton has saved Giannis's career a multitude of times. I don't know why it's so crazy to say
saved LeBron's career. Are we saying Ray Allen's better than LeBron?
That's the difference. Once. Ray Allen did it one time. Chris Middleton has done it multiple times. Throughout his entire career, he has sat there and saved Giannis. Multiple different playoff series.
What happens if Tatum wins Finals MVP and wins it all? What do you say?
Nothing. You know
what? If Tatum wins Finals MVP,
you're going to make up an excuse about how Derrick White's the better player on the team.
No. I won't make up any excuses. You know what I'm going to say? Good job.
Exactly.
Good job.
Exactly. If Anthony Edwards won the Finals, you guys would be like, he's Michael Jordan.
First of all, don't ever disrespect my guy Anthony Edwards.
I would never.
That's crazy.
Oh, I will. Anthony Edwards.
That's so disrespectful.
In this very
That's
moment.
so disrespectful.
Anthony Edwards.
Why would you even do that?
Of the player that Jayson Tatum is, right now.
I'm sorry.
Half of the player that he is.
Jayson Tatum wishes he had the dog Anthony Edwards has. Like what? Listen, it's a reason people talk about Tatum the way they do.
This is the second round.
Again, if you put Chris Middleton on the team, same effect. There's not much changes. There's not.
What about Jimmy Butler, Damo? What about Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy Butler, they get better.
They get better.
Nightwing,
absolutely.
With Nightwing, they get better.
Nightwing makes them better.
Okay.
If he just brings a dog to, he's a better leader. He's just going to bring a different level of tenacity to the team.
So it's about being a dog more than anything.
Yeah, for him, for
Jimmy Butler. Is calm, cool, and collected, and chill in his press conferences, and he doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. Oh, wait, guess what? He shows emotion after every play when he turns that dog on and he starts going crazy and he takes it to the rack. Every single time he took the ball to the rack in game 4, he flexed. He went like this. Why? Because he knows who he is.
Hey, Jack.
He's the best player in the game.
Hey, Jack, you want to do a social experiment, Jack? You want to do a social experiment? We have almost 2,000 people in here watching right now. You want to do a social experiment? Let's put a poll up and see what the people will want. Play on Jimmy or play on Tatum?
I don't
wait, Jack. I got you right here, Jack. Watch this, Jack. Damo, I got one for you. Perfect one right now. Paolo Banchero.
Or Tatum?
Yeah.
Don't do it, Damo. Don't do this, Damo. Please don't.
You know me.
Damo.
Stop. I'm not gonna troll. Listen, stop. Okay, I'm not gonna troll. Okay, I'm not gonna take a guy. I'm not gonna take a guy that I'm seriously sitting here saying has been a number 2 I've seen the entire time. Give me the actual number 1, Paolo. Come on. Stop. I'm gonna take the 1.
All right. Give me Derrick White over Michael Jordan.
This is.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
This is taking you. Well, just so you know, Jack, he calls him the ball-headed menace. That's what he calls.
Ball-headed menace. I don't like Jordan. So I mean, I think a lot of guys over Jordan. I promise you. You'll be mad at the laundry list of people I
can't win. I cannot win.
Yo, Jack and Damo only. Jack and Damo only. Okay. And this is for TikTok purposes. I'm going to ask you guys this list of names, and you let me know, are they better than Jayson Tatum? I'm going to give you these guys. It's just a yes or no answer. Yes. Is this guy better than Jayson Tatum for the Celtics? Is he a better fit? First guy I'm going to go with is Kevin Durant.
You want to go first? I think they know my answer. You're muted.
Answer.
You're good. You're good.
Now you hot.
Kevin Durant.
You taking KD? All right.
Yeah.
That debate ended 2 years ago. Give me Jayson Tatum.
The next guy is LeBron James.
Jayson Tatum.
Bron.
The next guy, we talked about him, Anthony Edwards.
Give me Ant.
What did Jayson Tatum look like at the age of 23? And what does he
22.
look like right now?
22.
22. Ant's 22. Didn't Tatum go to his first finals when he was 23? Or was he 22?
24.
He was 24. So 23, 24, whatever you want to call it. I'm taking Jayson Tatum.
All right. The next guy, a healthy Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi.
Get the shit out of here.
This was also a debate 2 years ago, and it ended 2 years ago. Give me Jayson Tatum.
All right, Jack, I got to really test how you truly feel about Jayson Tatum and what regard you have him in, because he plays the 4 right now.
Mhm.
So I'm going to go with the best 4 in the NBA. Do you take Giannis Antetokounmpo or Jayson Tatum?
Learn how to shoot the ball, Giannis. Give me Jayson Tatum.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not taking Nickelback man over anybody. So yeah, give me Tatum. Yeah, sorry.
What is this? And you and I, we have such different logic, but in many ways very similar
Just
logic.
so you know, Damo, them Nickelbacks bought me a house. The Nickelbacks bought me that Bentley. I might not have a huge bag full of quarters. I might not have a huge bag full of dollars. I got a Nickelback, but bought me a big ass house.
Wait, Ron, are we talking about a healthy Giannis in the playoffs, or because Giannis get injury prone in the playoffs?
Healthy Giannis.
The best version of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Which, by the way, Damo, I don't want to do this now, but there's starting to be some chatter. This is 2 years in a row now. That we've had this happen. Now, if we have to deal with this again next year, that chatter starts to get a little bit louder. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When did you change your logic on this? I asked you about this a couple weeks ago, and you said that it's not fair to put that on Giannis.
Right, it's not. It's and like I just said just now, we're not doing this right now.
Just chat. Okay,
it's just yapping right now.
So you hear whispers. Whispers in the crowd.
That's what I'm hearing.
One more year, Chill. If next playoff,
3 years in a row.
Yeah, that he hasn't been to the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Celtics go every
3
year.
years in a row, Ox. We ain't talking about this right now. This ain't the conversation right now. No, not right now. But
some preliminary.
Yes,
preliminary discussion.
There has not been an arrest warrant, but there is an investigation. How about
they
that?
starting to put things together? They got the board with Giannis up there, and they tying things together.
There is an investigation.
They got the wiretap going.
They have not put an arrest warrant together yet, but there has been an investigation. They questioning some people. They knocking off the doors.
Damian Lillard to be one. Do you give that another run next year?
Don't even talk to this dude about Bay Area Kemba. Not this.
I wouldn't have gave it the first run. I wouldn't have made the trade. But hey, man, listen. Like we said, neither one of us is taking Greek Angel Reese. We're both taking Tatum. Let's go. What?
No, I'm gonna pretend like I ain't hear that. I'm gonna pretend like
over 3.5 threes last night.
Oh man, Damo. I don't know.
What I say?
I might just sit it out, Ron. I don't know if I could do Damo today, but
What's the problem?
Oh man, nothing. Hey, speaking of which, Damo, I ran your social experiment, and I said who would be better for the Celtics as a poll in the chat, and it looks like 58% of the people are indeed taking Jimmy Butler over Jayson Tatum on the Celtics.
One player's watching at home right now.
Which I'm already on. We already had this conversation.
Yeah, I don't need to. That's this. Yeah, it's not even a debate.
You already know where I'm at with that. So.
All right, y'all. I want to salute to everybody that's liked the video. If you haven't liked the video, go ahead and slap that like button. Also, too, scan that QR code right under Chill. Go ahead and grab you some merch, or go ahead and at least just check it out. We are on playback later today. We'll be watching both games. Chill got the Cavs and the Celtics. I got the Thunder and the Mavs. Y'all pull up, enjoy that on playback.tv. Join the Players Choice Room. We're going to have a good old time like we always do over on Playback. I got a lot of super chats, so let me go ahead and dive into these. The first of which being from MP13. He said the actual issue is that people elevate Tatum to top 5 conversations unfairly, and it ends up working against him. It's not that he's not elite. He's just not as hypothetical, or he's just not at this hypothetical Luka / Giannis level. He's a tier below them.
No,
That's because you know why he's saying that? He's saying that because he heard Mars say that. That's why he's saying that. He ain't saying that because of legit logic. He's saying that because he heard Mars say that. Not his own
Mars, man, the voice of the people.
That's why he's saying that.
It's still true. Just because if you got it from me, it doesn't change that it's true.
There's Tatum is so much better than Luka, and it just gets proven by the day. And I like Luka. I enjoy seeing Luka go crazy, but Tatum is just a different. He just plays better. He's better all around. Everyone likes to say that Tatum doesn't have one specific thing that he's like a superstar at. He does everything really good. Wouldn't you rather have that?
Luka's been better than Luka's been better than JT since he's been in the league. Like, what are we talking about?
Which is true.
There's not been 1 year JT's been better than Luka.
Which is true.
The last 3 years, Tatum has been the second best player in the league, if not the best. I'll give Jokic his flowers because he's won MVPs and a championship.
At no point has he. Okay.
The last 3 years. Where's Giannis?
We're not going to change.
Hasn't won.
We're not going to change this.
That's fine.
No point to already talk about this.
I believe it was 2022, Mars, that I said in 2 years he won't be as far away from him as everybody says. And this was when I believe it was right after. This was right before the Celtics that went to the NBA Finals. It was the year before they went to the NBA Finals. 21. I think I might have said it. And I was like, give it another 2 years where I feel like they're going to be right there. And I felt like coming into this year, I felt like that's where they were. And I, on some level, had Tatum above him.
Chilltown
coming into this year.
And Tatum wasn't top 10 by that. Like at that point, when you said that, and I had a very similar idea, nobody was talking about Tatum being a top 10 guy in the league. And all of a sudden he went from top 10 to top 7 to holy shit, is he the best player in basketball? And he hasn't gotten it done. But this year, once he gets it done, you can say those exact words. Jayson Tatum is the best player in basketball. Because all it takes is a championship.
Jayson Tatum is to Luka what Dame is to Steph Curry. Take that how you want to take it.
Well, no. I see where you're at with that. Where at no point, as good as Dame was, at no point was he ever better than Curry. At no point was he ever better than him. Okay, I can see your logic with that. However, with those two, I think it's a little bit different in the aspect that I don't ever think as good as even when Damian Lillard was at his best, I don't think he was ever close to being as good as Curry. I just don't.
I think if anything, you flip it around.
I don't think he did, with Jayson Tatum and Luka. I think it's a little bit closer. With Curry and Damian Lillard, I don't think it was ever close.
Why is Luka better than Tatum?
I'm with Jack on this. I think it's the opposite.
Thank you.
Like what Jack just said, I think it's the opposite.
Luka might be the more
flashy. I think
player.
Luka is Dame and Jayson is Steph.
You graduated from the school of Gilbert Arenas. I know why you're saying that. That's fine.
Come on, don't do that, Damo. That's not cool. I love everybody.
I get why you say that, so I'm not surprised.
You got a master's.
I just again, Damo. I just feel like it's a little when it comes to Tatum, he's improved. Like when I started talking about it in 21, I felt like he improved every year. Now this year he had a bit of a down year in terms of a scorer because he had different players on his team, so his role changed a little bit. He still was the best player on the team. He still did a lot of the stuff that he did last year, but he did it at a different level because I got a better point guard. I got a big man that I never played with. I had Robert Williams. I didn't have a guy that I could actually go to. So now my offense changes a little bit. My scoring is going to change a little bit because I got a guy now that I can depend on. As a lead guard, I got a better lead guard in Jrue Holiday than I did in Marcus Smart. So that's going to change a little bit. If these guys weren't here, I mean, I can't take away from the fact that he did average 30 a game last year. He did lead all small forwards in rebounding. And I know what Mars is talking about when you talk about the box score, right? When you talk about box score watches. But with that being said, I still was on the glass.
Yeah, he's
I
he,
said-
well,
I-
if you
I-
consider small forward, he might be the best small forward rebounder in the league.
Right,
But he plays the four, so he's a power forward.
which I hate, by the way.
Yeah,
I do.
it's tough.
And he no better than Giannis on the glass. So
Do you think that Jayson Tatum during the Heat series instilled confidence, and honestly throughout the entire regular season was focused more on instilling confidence into guys like Derrick White, Jalen Brown, Pritchard, Hauser, like all those guys, Kristaps, and
They don't need no
maybe not
confidence
going for
boost.
45 a night.
Jack,
These
Jack,
ballers, bro.
cut the
Come on.
shit. Jack, can we cut the shit, please?
I'm not cutting no shit.
No, this is what I'm saying. This is my only thing. It's a difference between instilling confidence in guys, which you could say he was doing. Can he instill some confidence in himself?
No, he
And
has
shoot
the
a better
confidence.
percentage?
He knows exactly what he can do. What I'm saying is Luka Doncic does not make his team better. He doesn't make his teammates better. Luka Doncic, when he's off the floor, what does Dallas say? They say that they play better. I think that Tatum, when he doesn't score 45 points and when he has 25 points, you see 11 rebounds and 9 assists because
Dallas
everyone else involved.
Tim Hardaway Jr. and his dad. That's who said it.
Did Tim Hardaway Jr. say it, or did Tim Hardaway's dad say it?
Tim Hardaway Jr. said it, and then Tim Hardaway Sr. backed it up because the reports came out that an anonymous player on their bench had issues with, when Luka comes out the game, the ball moves more better. And then Tim Hardaway Sr. conveniently the day after, yeah, man, look at that ball move when he not on the court. Blah blah blah. That is no.
But they're not the first ones to say that.
Hardaways.
You know, we noticed that as soon as Kyrie got on the team. When Luka was out the game, it was dribble. Or when Luka was in the game, it was dribble. When Kyrie was in the game, of course, Kyrie was still doing a little dribbling, but there was a lot more movement. You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact. Now that's a negative or a positive depending on how you see basketball. Some people feel like the ball needs to be in Luka's hand because he's the better player. Fine, if that's how you look at hoop. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm saying that is a certified fact. Luka is a ball stopper and a grenade launcher. And that's a fact.
Ox, you replace Luka and Tatum in terms of career paths, the Celtics would have already had a ring by now.
Oh, you can say that. I mean, if that's you, I don't know. I don't.
No.
They
You
would've
look
won
back at the
We'll
last
never
5
know.
years.
We'll
Where
never
does
know.
Tatum or Luka get their
We'll
ring?
never know.
22.
No, that was the greatness of Stephen Curry winning a championship for the first time without Kevin Durant, and obviously he won it in 2015, right?
That was
Andre Iguodala, MVP. Steph had something to prove. When Steph wins his 4th, people can say he's better than Magic Johnson. Now I'm going to get pushed back on that, but
now watch this.
That was the big one.
No, watch this. The same way you can say that was just the greatness of Stephen Curry overcoming, not playing with Kevin Durant. I will say that was just Tatum not being enough.
No, he was young. He was young.
You know
He
who
didn't
else
have
was
enough.
young?
He ran out of gas, but he had one hell of a run leading up to that point, and everyone forgets about it.
We know.
Don't
Luka's
forget
younger than
that
Jayson,
that team
That's what I'm
did
saying.
get at Luka too. Luka caught
Yeah,
that.
they
same
beat
Warriors work,
Dallas
too.
for sure. They beat Dallas.
They beat Dallas, but again,
Five.
which team?
Yeah, but
In
Which
the
team is better? But which team is better?
was better.
Which team is better?
Which team was better? Boston, because of Jayson Tatum being on the team.
They're not better because Jayson Tatum was on the team. They're better because the team was just better than the Mavericks. If you take Jayson Tatum off of the Celtics, you take Luka off of the Mavs, we could just stick to 2022. That Celtics team is just a better team than that Mavs team.
Well, that's not fair, Damo, because our roles are
That's
different.
not fair. It was.
It's not. But even if that's true, that team was built around Luka and Luka's skill set. That team, the team with Boston, it was built different with Jalen Brown, with Jayson Tatum, with Robert Williams, with Marcus Smart. That team is
he
built a little
still
different.
fits
As a-
better than him over there.
As-
It
as a-
doesn't, I know. I hate when y'all do that. I hate when y'all do that because it doesn't matter if the team was built around this guy or not. Luka still would be better on that team with Jalen Brown,
No, he wouldn't.
Derrick White.
Why?
Who
'Cause
they
y'all
have?
say so.
Robert Williams. You see what he does with loud threats. Robert Williams, Al Horford.
worse. They would not have been the first place team in the Eastern Conference.
Jalen Brown would magically get a left hand if he played with Luka. That's how great Luka is. Jalen Brown's left hand would start working. Stop it.
Break, yo. Give me a break.
Here we go. Here
Come
we
on,
go.
man.
Jalen Brown would have never got that contract.
Al Horford would get
Marcus
3
Smart on
years
that
younger.
team
He would've-
too. Oh man,
He
come
would have
on,
been
man.
he would have been
Jalen
traded
Brown
by
can
now. He
thank
would have never
Jayson
got that
Tatum.
contract. That team would
I
be.
just feel like
would
with
be worse.
I feel like with this crew, I feel like with that crew, now you put Luka on there. So now you got a ball dominant guy. The offense has to change. The ball isn't hopping like it would if he wasn't on the floor. Now Luka's taking different shots. All of these other guys are also taking different shots. Luka has to now defend more than he has. We can protect him to some extent, but he's not going to be able to fit in that system in terms of defending like he would whether he's in Dallas.
Because he's on a team that wouldn't just bend over for him, he would be on a team that has somewhat of more tradition. They have an actual system in place. He would have to buy in. When Luka came into the NBA from overseas, he didn't come in how Wemby came. He didn't come in from a place where he was just allowed to do whatever the hell he wanted to do. No, he played within a system. He played within whatever the coach and the team needed him to do. I'm not saying he would have just been this all-league defender, but because he would not be sitting here having to have the ball in his hands 24/7, I say the same thing about Harden. Harden's defense, you can say Harden's a bad defender, but if he's not relied on to be 90% of the offense, he will have more energy to put it on defense. He wouldn't have to save himself because he knows he has to put up 35 shots a night. It will just be different. I'm not saying Luka will just be this world beater on defense, but he will at least be able to give better effort. The same way Reese is doing for majority of the time he's playing on the Pacers. Everyone said how bad of a defender Reese is. Now you're in the playoffs. Reese is giving more effort, and he's looking like a better defender. How Marshall said for Jokic. Jokic is seen as a cone on defense. When he's putting in effort, he's an okay defender. That'd be the same thing for Luka. So Luka's just on a team where the owner is literally making everyone bend over because he's Luka. That's all it is.
Which is fair, but when I'm thinking about Luka playing for the Boston Celtics from day one, right? So he gets on that crew from day one, and now we got to build that unit around Luka's skill set. We got to build the unit around a guy who is ball dominant, who is a distributor, basically a lead guard, right? We got to do that. So now the crew that you have now, there is no Jalen Brown. He's
gone. He wouldn't have gotten that contract.
There is no Marcus Smart. Only because I already got a guy. I can find a two guard who can defend. And now what I got to do now with Luka is I got to get guys around him who complement him like they're doing in Dallas. So there is no Jayson Tatum. There is no Marcus Smart. There is no Jalen Brown. There is no Derrick White. There's none of these guys. Now they're building that unit completely different, and it's around Luka's skill set. And one of his deficiencies is his ability to defend. So now we got to get guys around him who can defend. And most of the guys that's in the league that are defenders aren't really much as scorers. So now that means that Luka's going to have the ball in his hands even more. And what he's going to be doing, in the words of Ox, he's going to be throwing a lot more grenades.
That's why I'm saying he would be better on this Celtics team than Jayson Tatum because they have defenders. I'm even going back to last year. They had Marcus Smart, Defensive Player of the Year. They still had Derrick White, who he is, who you guys say he is. They had Jalen Brown. He's a pretty damn good defender. They had Grant Williams. In that system, he was a good defender, a rough and rugged guy. They had Al Horford. He's been a good defender his whole career. They had Robert Williams. He's stifling in the middle. They still had Malcolm Brogdon. That's the perfect core of guys to put around Luka. On top of that,
one more time, Ron. Malcolm Brogdon.
They had last year, Malcolm Brogdon. Yep. They had Marcus Smart. They had Derrick White. They had Grant Williams. They had Robert Williams.
Right.
And Jalen Brown as well. These are.
And all of those guys, Luka would still have the basketball, and he would still have to create offense.
He would deserve the basketball, chill. Luka has earned the right to have the basketball with any team.
I'm not saying that part. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve the basketball. That's his game. That's who Luka is. Luka is the guy that you have to put the basketball in his hands. I won't argue that part. What I'm saying is that the unit would be built different if Luka was there from day one. That's what I'm saying.
If Luka was in Boston and drafted in Boston, Boston would be the Dallas Mavericks right now. They would look exactly like the Dallas Mavericks right now. As a matter of fact, Jalen Brown probably doesn't get that $300 million contract. He's probably out of there. Nobody wants to play with Luka. I'm telling you right now, guys, when you realize that Jayson Tatum is the reason for success of the Boston Celtics, and I'm not going to forget Jalen Brown. It's Tatum and Brown. They started this thing, but when you realize that it was Tatum who built this shit, who built the ship, who built a super team, this super team is impossible unless you have a guy like Jayson Tatum and Jalen Brown drafted in back-to-back years and have been as consistent year in and year out like they are, and they just get better. I heard it from Chill, I think, earlier in the episode. Tatum gets better every single year. So imagine him at age 30.
Jalen Brunson was willing to take a pay cut to stay in Dallas. That team just decided not to sign him. That was on the front office. We're talking about two totally different, fundamentally built front offices and how they operate and navigate building a team. I wholeheartedly believe that if you put Jayson Tatum, if Luka is drafted to this team from day one, they still build this team somewhat similarly. They will not just bend the whim to, we just got to put the ball in Luka's hands 24/7. They are going to be more driven towards Luka having the ball in his hand because he can pass and play make, but it's not going to be to the extent of what it is with the Mavs. It would be lesser. I still think when you have some of these guys who definitely are defensive oriented, and you have a guy like Luka who everyone says his defense is horrible, so what do? You put defenders around him. I don't know why guys like Jalen Brown wouldn't be able to stay. I don't know why guys like Marcus Smart and Derrick White wouldn't be able to stay. You get guys that can play defense to put around Luka. That works just fine. I'm not saying it'll be the exact same team. Like you draft them in 18, I'm sure the exact same squad wouldn't be there in 22. But it is more. I feel like it's more the same than not. I feel like it's 80% the same roster they had in 22 versus not, in my opinion.
I'm trying to figure out why we act like Jayson Tatum doesn't shoot a bunch of shots. Like why we're acting like he's not a gat.
Not
like he
that.
does it like
Not like that, though. Not like Luka.
Not like what? So he look. I will say this. He doesn't hold the ball as much as Luka. Luka definitely has more time of possession. He definitely controls more of the ball, and the ball's stickier. But Jayson Tatum still shoots 18, 19 shots a game.
Right.
Yeah,
this is the main point that I'm making. Aside from all the playmaking and the passing, I think we can all agree that Luka is a night and day better passer than Jayson Tatum. What I'm talking about is if you give Luka those 18 shots, he's better than Jayson Tatum with those 18 shots. No matter what it is. I don't care if it is in the same offense where it's him shooting a bunch of threes.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's him in the mid-range. I don't care if it's him.
Wait a minute, Ron. You're saying that he is his shot selection. So that means that Luka's shot selection is better than Jayson Tatum's.
No, what I'm saying is if you give him those 18 shots,
right,
they can be the same exact shots. Luka's better at them.
So he's better at shooting the long ball. He's better at finishing. He's better in the mid-range. He's better in the post.
I trust Luka a lot more than Tatum shooting any shot on the court. Any shot on the court.
Okay.
I'm saying not only is he a better passer, he is a better scorer. You give him those shots, he converts more efficiently.
So when Jayson Tatum wins 6 championships and Luka doesn't win a single one, 10 years from now, I'd love to have a conversation with you.
I'm not doing that part. No, I ain't going that.
Are you saying 6 championships just to compare him to MJ?
I'm not doing that. No.
I think Tatum was put on the Boston Celtics. That's the perfect situation. It's a match made in heaven.
I'm not doing that. So,
all right. I got a lot of super chats, y'all. So let's go ahead and dive over to these.
Sir.
We're gonna start with the biggest one, of which came from Drink More Water. He said to the last super chat about Giannis injuries, there's a difference between getting hurt and being injured. In 2020, it was a sprained ankle. 21, a hyperextension. 23 was a bruised back. This year was the first major one.
Are you kidding me? How about in 21? We thought he was out for the playoffs.
In 23, he missed games in the playoffs. He missed games in the first round. Like, what are we talking about?
Right.
Same in 2020.
Same in 2020.
Why are we downplaying
this is the first major one? I thought he was done for the playoffs when he hyperextended his knee. I thought he was finished.
Sean Black said, not sure how Giannis isn't injury prone after being injured in 2020, 2021, 2023, and 2024's playoffs.
I'm glad he brought that up because I got a question for you guys. If they don't win the NBA championship in 21, how are we talking about Giannis?
Hey, I was calling him Greek yogurt Westbrook in 21 before he won. So,
because what I've realized over the years, and as you guys know, I've been around for a little while, so narratives change when parades happen in towns. Mm-hmm. So if we don't have a parade in Milwaukee, and he got hurt in 21, he got hurt again in 20, he got hurt in 20, got hurt in 21, he got hurt last year. He didn't even play in the playoffs this year. What's the logic on Giannis?
I have the same logic.
What's your logic on Giannis, Mars?
He's one of the best players in the world.
He's still one of the best players in the world. However, is he
2?
So he's still at the top of the league and in the conversation with Joker. Still,
I don't think he's in a conversation with Jokic right now. I think Jokic is so far above everyone in the NBA that there's no conversation to be had. But I've been saying that for as long as it took you guys to realize Jokic is better. That's no knock to Giannis. I just think Jokic is different. But Giannis I think he's the best of the next group. You got Giannis, Embiid, Luka, whoever else. But like, I have even when they won, I had questions about Giannis's offensive game. Defensively, I have no questions. Defensively, he's superb. But I've always had questions about his offense, win or lose. So him coming back against the Suns didn't suddenly make me decide, oh yeah, all the questions about his offense disappeared. I still have the same things. I said the same thing about him when he played against Boston and Middleton was hurt. I have questions about his offense, and I still do in 2024. But with everything he does, he's still a top.
So it's 2024, and they didn't win the NBA championship. It's Joker, and then it's Giannis with everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. I would say he's still top 5, but he's closer to 5 than he is to 1.
That's what I'm saying.
We still
exactly what I'm saying. Who's winning?
He can be 2. He's just not close to you.
Who's winning at this point? Because winning matters when we're talking about the best players in the league. Winning does matter. So, like you said, Mars, there's this separation between Joker and everybody else. So, if we're putting Giannis in that next tier of everybody else, we also got to take under consideration who else is winning. Because if he's not winning and he's just kicking ass, but getting injured, getting bounced early. As a player, yeah, I can get with your logic that as a player, he's awesome. But where is he?
Then it would be the same teams, right? 21, it would just be the Suns win. They lose in the finals. Giannis is, let's just say 21, Giannis's hyperextension means he misses the series.
Right.
So the Suns win. First of all, Devin Booker is being put in conversations that are different. That's step 1.
Absolutely.
The Devin Booker, Jayson Tatum conversations are real.
Chris
Not
Paul
from me,
conversation.
but from the people. Chris Paul, very real conversations about him and his pantheon of point guards. That changes a lot for the masses. And then 22, I mean, they lost to Boston anyway with Giannis there. So we'll just say the Warriors still win regardless. 23, he was hurt, lost in the first round. We'll just say the Nuggets still win regardless. And 24, they just lost in the first round. Giannis didn't play. So we'll just say whoever wins still wins regardless. Giannis is like, nothing really changes. It's still Steph wins in 22, the Steph and the Warriors, and then Jokic and the Nuggets, and then whoever wins this year. Nothing's really changed.
No,
I think the championship is protecting him.
I do.
Yeah, it is. I agree, Jack.
Like, is he more Embiid? Is he more Embiid?
He's Embiid.
Yep.
Is that
he would literally be Embiid.
No,
he has a championship, but he's nearing Embiid.
Is he more the third best player in the world?
Or is that 1 year of Giannis winning a championship? Like everyone talks about fluke years and Mickey Mouse championships. Is that the Mickey Mouse championship?
I don't think it was a Mickey championship, but championships always change the perspective of players.
Yeah.
If Kawhi doesn't win in 2019, there's an entirely different perspective of who Kawhi is. I mean, even to now, Kawhi is still hanging. Like people are still hanging on to the fact that Kawhi did it in 2019, and he was as good as he was. Like championships always will change the perspective on people.
Well, that was the question, right? You were talking about how do we look at Giannis, or how do the masses look at Giannis, and that's a really big deal. With him not having the ring, more people are going to talk about him in the same way they talk about a lot of the other guys that don't have rings. So while Mars, like you said, you can still see how good of a basketball player he is, and we'll still talk about it just like we talk about how good Joel Embiid is. A lot of people wouldn't keep trying to put Giannis in these conversations as best power forward right behind Tim Duncan. I've heard people say he's better than Tim Duncan, and a lot of people wouldn't say these things if he didn't have that ring.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I always when you ask questions like this, or what would this guy look like without that ring, I always say I understand how the masses would view it, and like Giannis isn't being put in these conversations. He's probably still behind like Dirk Nowitzki for most people without the ring. I'm just speaking for myself, and you guys know how I feel. I'm not elevating guys because they want a ring. Me personally, I'm not doing that. So for me, Giannis is still the same player. Like, still has the same flaws he had. I've been pretty consistent in how I view Giannis as a player. As one of the, I don't do lists anymore. I know Jokic is the best, but everyone else after that, he's a top 5 player. And I still view him the same way with or without the ring. I don't think the ring, like, the only thing that shocked me about Giannis coming back and playing in 2021, crazy. And then him not being able to miss a free throw in game 6, insane. But everything else about him is like, yeah, that's who Giannis is. And then in 2022, that's who Giannis is. And I'm not about to elevate Giannis because he went crazy from the free throw line one time. Like,
why don't rings change anything? Isn't the NBA Finals like the highest level, and that's when you prove yourself? Like Tatum, we all say shit about Tatum. Yeah, we all say shit about Tatum not performing in that NBA Finals. He played a hell of a playoffs in the first 3 rounds, and he didn't play well in the 4th round. What do we talk about? That 4th round. It's about the NBA Finals and what you do in that series.
Well, once again, speaking for myself.
Yep.
I didn't kill Jayson Tatum for that finals. I didn't put Jayson Tatum down any list because of the finals. I didn't do that.
Why?
Once again, I understand.
Why?
Because
why are you not holding the NBA Finals to a higher standard?
Because for the same because in a lot of the time since I've gone back and watched basketball, and I've watched basketball for however long I've watched it, I've seen the Western Conference Finals be a tougher series than the NBA Finals. I don't know what to tell you. I watched the 2018 Western Conference Finals be a tougher competition than the 2018 NBA Finals. So sorry that I'm holding in higher regards how the Warriors performed against the Rockets than I am against the Cavs, because I can see that just because the NBA Finals is the final round, that doesn't mean you're playing against the best team. You go back and watch the 2000s NBA, everyone knew the NBA Finals was the Lakers and the Spurs, or the Lakers and the Kings, or the Lakers and the Blazers. We weren't worried about no Lakers Indiana.
Sure.
We weren't worried about no Lakers New Jersey.
Right.
Nets. We knew what the NBA Finals was. So I don't care about the round it happens. I care about the competition in which these teams are playing. And if you play the toughest competition in your conference, then I don't care about who you play against in the NBA
You hear that, Adam Silver?
I'm not
you hear that, Adam
put you
Silver?
on a higher
1
level.
through 16.
Yeah, I'm not putting you in a higher level because you beat the New Jersey Nets. When I just watch you have to go against the San Antonio Spurs, which was the real NBA Finals.
Right.
I'm going to hold that series in higher regard, whether or not it's the NBA Finals or not. I just care about the competition, how these teams play, and I know it, and especially when it's individual players, it's way more than just what Jayson Tatum does. It's about how when they made that adjustment to put Draymond Green on Jaylen Brown, how when Ime Udoka decided to play drop coverage, is that on Jayson Tatum? No, I understand there's so many things that go into these teams winning. I can't be like, oh, well, this is because this is why Jayson Tatum's the best, or this is why Jokic is the best. I've been saying Jokic was the best before he even made the conference finals. Like I know he made it in 2020, but Jokic wasn't in that level yet. I mean, when he was winning and 22, when he was winning the MVPs, and everyone's like, you can't win with Jokic. He's not that guy. I'm like, his team is hurt. He's going against teams that are clearly better than his. I know he's better than these guys. I don't care that he's not going to the finals. And then everyone saw, oh, I need to see it. He needs to win. He needs to win. Right. And then he won in 23, and everyone's like, oh my God, yeah, Jokic has been really good for a long time. No shit. I tried to tell you he was really good. Like, so I don't care about whether or not they go to the finals or they win. I'm just watching these players for what they are. I see Jayson Tatum's flaws. I see his strengths. Right. His flaws and strengths aren't going to be exacerbated because he goes up against the Nuggets in the finals, when I can see them when he goes up against a better defense in the Miami Heat, or he goes up against a better defense in the Cleveland Cavaliers, or he goes up against a better defense in the New York Knicks in the next round. I don't need to see it against a weaker defense in the Nuggets. I don't need to see that because I already know what Jayson Tatum is as a player.
Which every point that you just made, Mars, is absolutely fair. I can definitely get with that logic. But what I'm not going to do, and to use football as a reference, I am not going to penalize the Seattle Seahawks, who just beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship, for smoking the Denver Broncos in the championship game. Because guess what? What I'm saying is that
we beat that ass, chill.
What I'm saying, and as you know, I'm a 49er fan. But what I'm saying, Mars, is that we still got to smoke them. Mm-hmm. That still has to happen. It's not like
it's going to do a job for sure.
Right. We still have to do that. So when we get to that championship round, us winning, even though we went up against quite possibly a better team in the previous round, it still doesn't diminish it because we still have to finish the job.
Yeah,
what I don't want to do is I don't want to dismiss. Dismiss isn't the word I'm looking at, Mars. I don't want to diminish it. And I don't want to lessen what a guy did, because in the Eastern Conference Championship, you played against a better team. And when you get into the NBA Finals, you clearly going up against a worse team than you did when you got to the Eastern Conference Championship. Because again, you still have to finish the job, even if there are coaching schemes, even if there are players who are better, you still have to finish the job. So a guy like Jayson Tatum, not even Jayson Tatum, I'm taking him off the table. All the winners in the past, winning has mattered because these guys have gotten it done on the biggest stage. These guys who are being criticized, the reason why they're being criticized, because when you get to the biggest stage, when you don't get it done, that's the logic. You can't get it done.
I think the logic is stupid, and I've been saying that for as long as I've been up here. So, I only speak for myself. I'm not speaking for anyone else other than me. So I understand how everyone views it. I understand. I've been a part of the conversations. I speak strictly for me. I've been consistent on this. I'm not about to knock Jayson Tatum or Luka Doncic or Jokic if they play great against all these teams and then they lose in the finals because of things that are out of their control.
It's not out of their control. Jayson Tatum is the player that takes the Celtics as far as they go.
Okay. And that's in your opinion. If you play great, if Jayson Tatum plays great and they lose,
it's what's happening in front of us.
If Jayson Tatum plays great, and they lose because the Nuggets are a better team,
that's not going to happen. If they lose, it's because Tatum did not.
And that's your opinion. I've watched players be the best player in a series and lose. I've watched it happen.
I don't know about you. I've watched LeBron James be the best player on the court and lose.
I get it.
What have we been saying all year? Bryant be the best player on the court and lose.
Boston's the better team, and so they should win. And so if Tatum goes out there and shits the bed,
Boston. I'm not saying Boston are not the better team. And I'm saying if Jayson Tatum plays poorly, we speak about it. That's the same.
Why do we play the game if the NBA Finals doesn't matter?
Who said the NBA Finals doesn't matter? You want to win. Everyone wants to win. But if Jayson Tatum plays great and they lose, I'm not going to hold that against him when in series he hasn't played great, they've won. I'm not going to give him more praise for winning the series he plays poorly and then losing in the series he plays great. I'm speaking about Jayson Tatum individual. If he plays bad, then I'm going to talk about Jayson Tatum playing badly.
Okay, what if he plays great
what actually happens? If Jayson Tatum plays bad, I'm going to speak about why Jayson Tatum played bad, what he struggled with, what the opponent did to make him struggle, what spots did they put him in, and if they win with him playing badly, I'm still gonna say Jayson Tatum did not play well. And if Jayson Tatum plays great and they lose, I'm gonna talk about the fact that Jayson Tatum played great, and then what did the team do to slow down Jaylen Brown? What did they do? What did they do on offense that the Boston defense couldn't deal with? And then I'm going to acknowledge Jayson Tatum played well. When we're talking about the individual player,
anything you're saying it doesn't.
Of course, it affects everything. Jaylen Brown playing well affects everything. Derrick White playing well affects everything.
What I'm saying is, if Tatum wins the championship, that doesn't affect anything for you.
If Jayson Tatum plays well and loses, I will have him in just as high regard if he plays well and wins. That's what I'm saying.
So it doesn't matter. But the reason why it doesn't matter is because Mars rates on a scale of players. That's what he rates.
I'm talking about Jayson Tatum, the player. Jayson Tatum plays well and wins, but I'm going to hold him in the same regard as if he plays well and loses.
And I know we got to go, Ron, but Jack, to Mars's point, and I do understand that, Jayson Tatum can play awesome, and they can still lose.
Yep.
That's happened. He can be awesome in the series.
LeBron.
Jaylen Brown could be awesome. Anyone, Joker can play awesome, and they could lose. Mm-hmm. That could very well happen. It's not like it's a situation where guys haven't played great and they've lost. Charles Barkley played great in the 93 finals. He just wasn't Jordan good. That doesn't mean that he wasn't awesome. Malone was awesome in the 98 finals. He just wasn't Jordan good. That's all it was.
Jack, I'm more so on your side, I think, because I'm anti what Mars is saying. I understand what he's saying, but I'm huge on championships. If Jayson Tatum does get a championship this year, he's going to be a lot higher on my rankings, especially if he plays good in the championship. He's going to be a lot higher on my rankings. For instance, in 22,
I think he's already high on my rankings, and what I need is for him to get it done at the highest stage. That's all I hear in this right now is if Tatum doesn't get it done, then he's not what I say he is. If he gets it done, then he is what I say he is.
When it matters, man. When it matters.
Yep.
Yeah, I always go back to KG.
I know, sorry.
I get what you're trying to say.
There's no way you expected Kevin Garnett to win on that Timberwolves team. Like, I'm not about to hold it against KG that he couldn't get through the West with that Timberwolves team that the Wolves gave him, trying to put money under the table for Joe Smith, losing all their draft picks. Sam Cassell gets hurt in the conference finals. Oh, I guess KG's not that guy. I guess 08 is what he needed. He needed a super team. Like, so I can look at the player. I can look at the player individually because, surprise, surprise, it's a team game. We can see no matter how well one player plays, if everyone else plays terribly, you're probably not going to win. If Jaylen Brown decides to play the most abhorrent series of all time, and Kristaps Porzingis is the worst player we've ever seen, and Derrick White doesn't make any shots, Jayson Tatum can do everything he can, you're probably not going to beat the Denver Nuggets or the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm not then going to be like, well, Jayson Tatum's not that guy, man. He should have just got it done. No, because I can watch the games unfold and talk about what actually happens on the court. Is Jayson Tatum playing well? Is he struggling to navigate double teams? Is he operating too much on the three-point line? Is he playing on the elbow? Is he playing well without the ball? Or is he just stationary? What is Jayson Tatum doing? And I'm going to talk about him individually as a player when we're having individual conversations. If we want to talk about how good a team is, sure, we can talk about whether the team wins or loses. But even then, you can lose and still play well. Like we watched Rudy Gobert get torched. I'm sorry. He played good defense. Like, are we judging things by the outcome or by the process? Like, that's a genuine question. Do we judge, like, for example, do we judge defense or offense by whether or not they score or how they are generating offense? If a team generates a wide open look, hypothetically, on offense every single time down the floor, but they miss, is that like, are we saying they're having a bad offense? Are we saying that's bad offense that they're running? And if a team is taking contested shots every time down the floor, can't create anything open, but they make the shots, are we going to say the team that missed their wide open looks played bad offensively and the other team played well? Or are we going to acknowledge that Like for me, I care about the process. The process is more important than the result, because the result can be, especially individually, can be swayed by so many more things than just what you do. So if I'm looking at a team and like the Nuggets against the Lakers, they got wide open shots damn near every time down the floor. They shot 25% on open threes. Am I going to hold that against Jokic and his playmaking because guys going to make open threes? No, because I'm going to acknowledge they were creating open looks whenever they wanted. His teammates just didn't knock him down. That's not against Jokic.
Mars,
if the Celtics get the most threes in the league and they shoot 10%, but Jayson Tatum's making his, am I going to be like, oh, well, Jayson Tatum's not that guy? No, I'm not going to do that because I can see what's happening.
Here's the thing, though. It's a series, though, too. And you're a big guy on this, the numbers and stuff like that. That's just one game. More than likely, and I'm big on this too, things are gonna balance out. Like, yeah, somebody can get on the heater, but for the most part, over a 7-game series, that's a large enough sample size for dudes to be who they are. And so my thing is, I care. You asked the question, I care about both. I care about the process and the outcome, because the process usually determines the outcome. But more than that, though, my thing is, the process is a big thing, especially on the finals, because it's the biggest stage. Jayson Tatum, you get to the big, this is the guy who we're talking about. You get to the biggest stage, I expect you to perform your best. If you go there and you lay an egg, that tells us a lot about who you are. And not necessarily just as a player. I know a dude can be very skilled and yada, yada, yada. But my thing is your internal makeup. How tough are you? When the going gets rough, can you turn up? In Game 7 of the NBA Finals, like how Giannis did in the closeout game where he scored 50, are you at your best?
Right.
When you're playing against the best team in the Western Conference, are you going to turn up? When Jokic is over there doing what he's doing, all right, Jayson Tatum, can you match him bucket for bucket? You know that things like that matter to me. Things like that matter to me.
But there's also it's not like I'm gonna be honest. There's no, especially when we're talking about the best players in the league. There's not gonna be like Jayson Tatum isn't choosing to not score when he has bad shooting nights. He's not choosing to miss his shots.
He'd much rather make all his shots.
He's not in that point, Mars. Yeah, that's the point. It's not Jayson Tatum's going out there like, oh yeah, he just didn't feel like scoring. No, like
he'd much rather make all his shots.
The defense is what is the defense doing that is forcing Jayson Tatum into these positions? What are the Boston Celtics offense doing that is forcing Jayson Tatum in these positions? What is Jayson Tatum himself doing that is like, why is Jayson Tatum taking this shot in this spot when he could have got all the way to the rim? Those are the, like, for me, it's about watching. Like, I can't, it's like, this is why I don't like these conversations. Like, what's the conversation going to be if this guy wins this year? We have to see how it happens. That's all I'm really trying to say. We have to see how it happens. If Boston win, how did they win? Did they win because Jayson Tatum went ballistic? Did they win because Jaylen Brown went ballistic? Did they win because their defense was on a string and the Nuggets or the Wolves couldn't solve it? How did they win? That's what I'm saying. We can't just be having these conversations. Well, if the Boston Celtics win, Jayson Tatum's in this conversation, or if the Nuggets win, Jokic is in these top 5 conversations, or whatever the case. How did they win? What is happening? And we have to see it happen before we can decide what the conversation is going to be. I don't think we can decide what the conversation is going to be 2 months before we even at the point where we can start having the conversation. We can't just be like, if Denver win, Jokic is top 10. What if Jokic doesn't play well in the finals and they still win? Is Jokic still top 10 just because, they won? And I'm not saying Denver's going to win if Jokic plays poorly. Like, we can understand. But I'm just saying, like, we have to see how it happens. Well, okay, I have to see how it happens before I decide what I'm going to say about what happened. I can't just be like, oh, well, they won, so I guess, OKC won. Shai's the best player in the league. How did they win? Is it because of Chet's rim protection? Is it because of Shai's isolation scoring? Is it because Josh Giddey started making threes? How did they win? I have to see how it happens
Mars,
before I decide what the conversation is going to be.
And when we're having a hypothetical conversation like that, if we say if Denver wins, we're assuming that they win on Jokic's back. Now, that's just a hypothetical looking into the future.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it happens in hindsight, obviously we have to do like you're saying. We have to be aware of, well, yeah, they won, but you did see Jokic lay the egg in Jamal Carey. Like, we're gonna have that conversation. It's not like if Jamal Carey's and Jokic
I have to wait.
But it ultimately,
but it's all about the championship in the end.
It is about the championship.
But for the teams, I mean, yeah. Well, yeah, for the team. Like,
I put Jayson Tatum as the greatest basketball player of all time. I'm waiting on his championships. I need his. I'm not arguing
against how you do it. I understand that's what you and I'm saying these teams like Denver don't care about if Jokic is the best, or if Jamal Murray's the best, or if Aaron Gordon's the best. The Nuggets just want to win a championship. The Celtics just want to win a championship. They don't care how it gets done. If you told the Celtics they could win a ring right now, and every single team is just going to be hurt in the playoffs, they would still take the ring.
They would still take it.
If you told the Celtics Jokic is going to go down, Brunson's going to go down, everyone in the NBA is injured, but you win a championship, they'll take it. These teams care about the ring. Me, as a spectator and someone who's like, I'm up here to quote unquote analyze the game, I'm not on the court. It's not just about winning and losing to me. I'm talking about what's unfolding on the court and how it's happening. I don't have a stake in whether or not OKC win a ring or if Boston win a ring. That's irrelevant to me. I'm here to talk about what happens on the basketball court, how it happens, how it unfolds. That's why I'm here. I'm not here to just be like, oh, this guy's top 5 all time because he won a ring. If that was the case, then you could just talk to anyone random guy on the street. I don't need to be up here. I'm here to talk about what happens on the game. I understand these players play to win. These franchises build teams to win. Everything in the NBA is about winning or losing. I'm not in the NBA. I'm here to talk about what happens in the NBA and what these players are doing. So I'm going to do my job and talk about the game from an X's and O's standpoint, from a game analysis standpoint, as best as I can do. So that's my job, not to do these, not do this stuff that's, oh, he's top 5 now because he won. That's not my job. That's not my job. I'm here just to talk about the game and what happens. So I'm going to do that. So I don't care about the rings. I don't care about it.
All right, hold on. Time out. Pause. Yes, Jack.
Now we have to rewind to Jayson Tatum.
You turn. Let's get back to what you just said.
I don't think you said that last time he was up here.
What?
Yes,
you said,
yeah, he did.
If I'm not mistaken, that you already have Jayson as the GOAT, but you need the rings.
In order to be the GOAT in this world that we live in the NBA, the world we looking outside right now, Tatum got to win rings. That's what it's about. Because to me, we were all talking about Jayson Tatum there. To me, you want to debate Luka, Tatum, this, that. I think Jayson Tatum is the perfect basketball player you could ever assemble. We talking about 2K? Well, yeah, I would create Jayson Tatum on 2K, and I think everyone would. You all talking about Paul George is the perfect 2K player? No, it's not. It's Jayson Tatum, and it's not the perfect 2K player. It's the perfect basketball player. He's the perfect basketball player without the rings, and they are coming.
Damo, what is the perfect basketball player in your estimation?
I could think about 12 perfect basketball
players. Give me a perfect basketball. First of all, Damo, how tall is the perfect basketball player? Number one, how big is he?
Either 6'6" or 6'11".
Okay, so he's anywhere between anywhere between 6'6" and 6'11". That's a pretty hefty gap right there. Okay, now what kind of handle does he have?
Just Bill Scottie Pippen. Just Bill Scottie Pippen.
Between Paul George and Kyrie.
Okay, so he's got an extra crispy handle. He got the ball on a string. All right. What about his what about in terms of his ability to score? His 3-level ability. How does he have to? How can he? Why is he awesome in doing that?
2, 3, all 3 levels, right?
Yes, sir.
Between Paul George and Curry.
So between Paul George and Curry.
What about LeBron? I would say it'd be LeBron and Curry.
Hold on, Jack. Hold on, Jack. We staying right here. So again, the perfect basketball player in your estimation, Damo, he's anywhere between 6'6" and 6'11". That's a pretty big disparity. But anyway, he's between 6'6" and 6'11". He's got a money mid-range game. He can shoot the long ball. He finishes at the rim with the best of them. How about at the stripe? Like what are we looking at the stripe? Especially in the meat and potatoes of games, by the way.
At least 80.
Okay, so he's 80 at the stripe. What kind of defender is he?
Ooh.
At the very least, for a perfect basketball player.
Now remember, Dom, we're talking about a dude between 6'6" and 6'11".
6'11". For the perfect basketball player, at the very least, he has to be a good defender. At the very least.
Good. So
he got to be able to guard the 2, 3, and the 4. You got to be able to guard the 2, 3, and the 4.
Oh, good. That's like a 6, maybe a 7.
6'7", yeah.
Not great. Not great.
No, he's not elite. He's
again,
good.
At the very least, he has to be good.
Right.
Great. Perfect.
His floor.
There's no such thing as a perfect basketball player. I don't know what we're doing right now.
Scottie Pippen.
Come on, Mars.
I said it.
Damn, you killing all the fun that we have.
Anyway, so like you were saying, Damo, you just gave me the defense. How smart is this guy? Because we can't have all of this stuff and you a ditz. We can't have that. We how smart is this guy?
Smart enough to know not to settle for a 3 ball.
Smart enough. Is that it?
But what if he's the best 3-point shooter ever?
Smart enough to know to not settle for a 3-ball.
He got to be smart enough to know that we don't need that 2-for-1 every time. You know what I'm saying?
He's
Sometimes
got to
the
be
2-for-1
smart
is a
enough to know
bad
that, Ox. I don't think that's your opinion. That's a fact, Ox. I hate the 2-for-1. That makes me nuts. You don't have to do that. But anyway, so when you put all of those, when you put all of those things together, Damo, what do you come up with?
What type of player do I come up with?
Who are you coming up with? Again, he's between 6'6" and 6'11". He's a 3-level scorer. He's about 80 from the stripe. And his floor, he's a good defender. We ain't even talking about elite. He's a good defender.
Kevin Durant.
He's smart enough.
I'm about to say,
who is this
if anything, Penny Hardaway, Scottie Pippen, Kevin Durant, you said it, Paul George, LeBron James.
Tatum's better than all those except for LeBron.
That is just not true.
Obviously, all time.
Respect T-Mac. T-Mac in that group.
That's who I thought, Tracy. That's why.
Yeah, I like the T-Mac.
That's the guy that
I'm not gonna act like I'm just all knowing with T-Mac. Was T-Mac the defender though? Like, was he a good defender?
T-Mac was a good defender.
Okay. If he was a good defender, then boom, he falls in that category. I wasn't sure about his defense.
Kawhi. Someone said Kawhi.
Kawhi fits in there. His handle was pretty solid. Kawhi fits in there.
Why is the perfect player not like Wemby had? Because of the handle, or like
who'd you say, Mars?
Wemby.
Why is the perfect player not like 7'3"?
That's where I was going with it. Jack,
why would you not just be as tall as possible?
Jack, you said if we all can create a player on 2K.
Yep.
You know how many times I'll say this. I'll say this. I've played 2K. I stopped playing like recently. I made, and this is no joke, 17 attempts at making Wemby on 2K this year. 0 attempts at making Jayson Tatum. Yeah. I tried to make Wemby 17 times.
How'd that go, Mo?
I failed 17 times.
You just suck. I've made 2 different Wemby builds.
I promise it wasn't Wemby.
I promise you it was Wemby. I literally got player count Wemby. One of them was player count Wemby.
Shades of Wemby doesn't mean anything. I've got shades of Wemby 16 times.
I got the Wemby build.
You don't play like Wemby. What are you doing? 7'3" with a 55 ball handle and 44 speed of ball.
Hey, put that pass accuracy up, man. I could dot that.
You can't make Wemby. But I tried. I promise I tried. You can't make it.
Well, you can't make him 7'3" because of you can't make him 7'3". You got to make him 7'1", but then
and it's not Wemby. See what's going on?
Because it's 7'1" without shoes. You got to put the shoes on and he becomes 7'3".
I made the 7'1" Wemby. He was solid, but guess what? I had to sacrifice the rebounds in because I need to be able to make pull-up threes. You can't make Wemby. Wemby the perfect player.
Mars, I agree with you. For all intents and purposes, if I'm creating a player, I want him to be as tall as possible and able to do everything possible. I want him to be 7'5", can handle the ball, can shoot.
I don't know about shoot.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If we're talking about making a perfect build, I mean, yeah, everybody was fine to make a Wemby before Jayson Tatum. Like,
yeah, like Wemby is the archetype. Anyone play? Doma, you play 2K15? What was everyone running?
What was everyone running?
Exactly.
Or a 7-foot small forward and 7-foot small forward, and then when they allowed, when the glitch came out and they allowed it because they did a discounted VC price, which I've never seen before. Then we did demigods, man. 7'3" that can do everything.
Exactly. That's the ideal build. The 7'3" that can dribble, shoot, defend, everything. That's what you want. No 6'10" wing. Why we got a 6'10" wing when we got a 7'3" wing?
So does this lead to my point, Ron, that the future of the NBA is Wemby and Chet? That's what
I don't know how many of them you gonna get.
That's what Cade Cunningham is a. Cade Cunningham is more of a perfect basketball player than Jayson Tatum. Like,
if you believe in the defense, because the defense hasn't been great. But if
I believe in the defense, I think the defense is that.
I'm sorry, Ron. I know you got super chats.
Yeah, I gotta get into these super chats now, fellas. It's about that time. MP13 said his playmaking, shot selection, how he drifts through stretches, lack of playing through contact, foul baiting instead of finishing strong, and his spotty passing makes him worse. Don't say I'm biting Mars like I don't watch.
Yeah, cook up MP13 had your own take. See, I respect that, man. He watches the game. He watches the game. You guys know Jayson Tatum shoots 57% on layups.
That's not very good. It could be better.
Just interesting.
Are they contested?
I mean, yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean, NBA players are going to shoot 99% on open layups, but 57% on layups. Luka Doncic has 72%.
Contested.
So yeah,
that's a good question. That's a good question, Jack.
Jayson Tatum for a 6'10" guy should be better around the basket.
Yes, he should be. Yes,
That's
he
what
should
I'm
be.
really saying.
He's getting
him
better.
around the rim.
Mars, they didn't put the finishing in his build. They didn't have enough VC, but they did put it into his 3-pointers and this invisible defense and rebounding that he gets. But hey,
invisible
is crazy.
Are you talking about Tatum?
Yes.
Nah. I'm talking about his build.
You're talking
Gandhi
about
K. Gandhi KV2 said Jokic better than Tim D and Hakeem.
Gon, just so you know, Gon, this guy is gonna, before it's over, he's gonna make Joker the best player ever. He's gonna do that. But go ahead, Mars. I'm sorry.
He probably feels stronger about Jokic than my man.
He's gonna make Joker the best player ever. He's gonna do it.
Nah, Rudy Gobert gonna do that.
Christopher D said bigger ass kicking. What Joker did to Jokic, or what Joker did to Gobert, or what Butler did to Jrue?
What Jimmy Butler did to Jrue Holiday should be illegal.
He should be arrested for that.
That's different. I feel like that's just different. Like the Bucks left him to die on a guy way bigger than him.
I didn't appreciate that at all. I did not appreciate that at all. That was.
I was mad. I was mad about that.
Me and Jimmy Butler would have gotten a fist fight. At some point, we would have gotten a fist fight. I'm sure.
They're fighting Jimmy Butler. I'd have fought my coach.
Yeah, we would have got.
I gotta get paid after this. I gotta get a contract after this.
I got big love for Jrue. So I
leave
took
that dude
that
out
shit
there
kind
like
of
that.
personal.
I did.
Like,
I really did. I didn't appreciate that at all.
that.
I didn't appreciate that at all. I did not. I did not appreciate that at all.
I think that was the day I decided I hate you, Giannis.
Yeah, for y'all dudes to just let. Do you remember, Ox? Me and you had this conversation. Who I had, it was like watching. I keep bringing up this reference. You did not throw the towel, and you just let Apollo Creed get beat up by Drago. You ain't do nothing about it. You just let him get beat up.
You watched him get trashed and then sold him all in the same summer.
You ain't do nothing.
So can I ask y'all a question? Speaking of boxing, was that worse than Errol Spence? What Crawford did to Errol Spence?
No, Crawford did to Errol Spence. Now that was. I'm mad I wasted my money on that.
All right, so another super chat from Christopher D. He said the Ant criticism after Game 5, after his press conference, is weird to me when he's only 22. The minute he faced some adversity in the playoffs, people turn their backs on him. Crazy.
What did he say in his press conference?
I didn't hear him.
He was like, they asked him something about Jokic's performance. He was like, I just sit back and laugh. Like, what
okay.
I assume it was that comment they're talking about.
Oh, yeah. That's nothing great. That's what I said. I said people, and I thought it was going to take a couple years. Turns out people are already trying to get ready to do it now. When it's a young player coming up and they're doing something, they get all the praise in the world. They're the next coming. They're Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm. The moment they start losing, they get torn down. It's really sad to see. The fans will lift up these young guys. The moment they don't win, we're tearing them down like their bums. They did it. They've done it to Devin Booker. They've done it to Jayson Tatum. They're doing it to Luka Doncic. Now it's next up is Anthony Edwards. If Wemby doesn't win, like go far in the playoffs in about 3 years, they're gonna tear down Wemby too. That's just what they're gonna do. He's a bust. He's not LeBron. LeBron was in the finals by year 4.
But that's we have microwave society, man. Everybody wants shit quick.
Well, we just like to hate on greatness.
Tear them down anyway. Like, what's the point?
People are impatient.
I want to get to the bottom of this right now, Ron. That super chat right there, what you just said.
Oh. All right, so Chip sent through those are euros or pounds? Pounds, right? Pounds. Yep. He sent through 5 pounds. Mars, are you Chip?
We'll see. Let's read
Mars, you Chip.
See if it's something I'd say. Let's
JT is 6'10" with shoes on, by the way.
JT for sure 6'9".
If you look him up, if you look it up, he's 6'8", 6'9", with shoes on. Basketball shoes give you 2 inches. At least.
So Chip said JT not 6'10", LOL. Ron, Google Tatum, Zion, Luka, Paris, and put it on the screen. They all around the same, and Luka is 6'6".
So Jack, real quick, how tall is Kevin Durant? Not just Jack, all of you dudes. How tall is Kevin Durant? Legit.
6'11". Oh, with shoes on?
Legit.
On the court, 6'11". 7
now,
feet tall.
I want to show you this picture. That dude look like he looking him right in the face, don't he? That dude look like he looking him right in the face, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
They don't look like they that. He look like he the same size as him.
And one of them got a little more beef to him.
That dude look like he the same. Them dudes look like they the same size.
That's angles.
They look to me like
Jayson Tatum is clearly taller than Luka in this picture. But
you trying to put it on the screen, Mars?
They're always doing. They're doing Luka guys. They're just trying to stay with Tatum at this point.
Stay with Tatum.
Yeah, you heard me.
Hey, while Mars is putting this on the screen. While Mars is putting this on the screen, I got a super chat from Black Mamba. He said, like the dude said 2 days ago about KG, context is needed about careers. People comparing Bird to Jokic is stupid. Bird, a super team merchant, had 4 Hall of Fame teammates. Jokic doesn't even have any All-Stars.
That's interesting. You mentioned that he doesn't
Jokic
have
greater.
All-Stars. Yeah, interesting. You mentioned that. Even though when Bird got on the crew, they had won 21 games the year before he got on the crew. With the exact same crew, they're in the playoffs the next year and they win 60 games.
Super team merchant? What?
Right, yeah, so like you can see Jayson Tatum, like just look at their shoulders. Jayson Tatum is clearly taller than them.
Significantly taller than
you can clearly
over.
Yes. Like, you can see he's taller than them. And Luka's probably 6'7". Zion's probably about 6'6", 6'7". Jayson Tatum is taller than them.
Both of those guys.
Their heights are this
look
matches
at the
their
circle
profile.
around Luka. Look at
their heights are Jayson Tatum. He's listed as 6'8", 6'9". Luka's listed as 6'7", 6'8". Zion's listed as 6'6", 6'7". You can clearly see that Zion's the shortest. Luka's the second tallest. Jayson Tatum is the tallest.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like you can clearly see it. Like Jayson Tatum is the tallest out of them.
Who's the
you
chick?
Can clearly see that. I don't know.
Okay, but you might have known. I'm sorry.
She kind of tall.
That was Andrea.
Yeah, she kind of tall.
What's her name? Carter. Andrea Carter. Oh no, but she's on.
Oh, that was her. I didn't even notice.
Yeah. That's what
she's the one that said. Caitlin.
Someone said that's Gabby Williams. I don't know if that's true. Someone said that's Gabby Williams.
Hooper Gabby Williams.
What other Gabby Williams do you know, Ron?
I know a couple Gabby Williams.
You do not.
Yeah, another person said that was Gabby Williams. I'm a Google Gabby Williams.
How you gonna tell me I didn't grow up with a Gabby Williams?
No, you don't, Ron. Because
I went right down the street to elementary with Gabby Williams.
No, you didn't.
Me and Gabby got some good stories. Almighty Lambo sent through a super chat. He said, Can we put an end to the narrative that Jokic doesn't care because he doesn't wear his emotions on his sleeve? You can't tell me someone this good does not care about his craft. I'm sorry.
It's been pretty good. Go ahead, Dom.
I was gonna say, it's very clear he cares about basketball. He just don't care about the extra shit. He don't care about the shit outside.
He couldn't care less.
I've been trying to say that the whole
between the lines.
He don't care.
He loves the game. You don't improve as much as he did if you don't love the game of basketball. He loves the game of basketball. He could easily do without all the attention, the narrative. He could do without all of that.
Awards, all that shit.
But he loves to play the game of basketball. There's a difference between loving the game of basketball and loving the NBA. I don't think Jokic loves the NBA and like everything that comes with it. Like he loves the money that comes with the NBA, obviously, but like everything else that comes with it, he could do without that. But the game of basketball, he loves that, and that's why I say some people don't understand there's a difference between the game of basketball and the NBA. Some of you only like the NBA. Like that's what you care about, the storylines, the narratives, and the media. You don't care about the game of basketball. Jokic loves the game of basketball, and that's why you.
Plus, it's the extra stuff. It's the extra stuff these star players, especially star players, have to do in the NBA. That's the stuff y'all don't know about. The signing the damn 1,000 balls before practice, the tedious interviews, and this, that, and the third. I ain't gonna lie to you. You think about it. 2 years ago, when he was the year with 21 and 22, when he was winning the MVPs, think about the increase and influx of stuff he had to do just from that point before he even won. I can understand why he just built up this hatred for extracurricular stuff outside of playing ball. Like it makes sense.
He really is, Damo. He really that dude at the job. Like when the bell go off and it's time to punch the clock, he's the best worker there. But when it's time to get up out of there, like you see him gone. He is out.
I remember there was an interview. There was an interview where like he was out with his family or something. They might have went to a museum or something. And then an interviewer asked him about what it was like going to like see the dinosaurs or something. You can look at Jokic's face, like he was disgusted that people were just knowing where he was. Like he doesn't want that attention. He just wants to be with his family away from the cameras, and then he gets asked that. You guys were just like, why? He doesn't want that. Like, you can see he doesn't want it.
See, I'm out with my chick. I'm out with my family. Leave me alone.
Hunter sent through a super chat and said the Celtics about to bring a Jayson Tatum to a Nikola Jokic fight. GGS.
I don't know what that means, but
I don't know exactly what that means.
I think it means that he's saying
a knife to a gunfight.
To a gunfight, and Tatum is a butter knife.
God.
Justin said, as a diehard Giannis fan, it is time now for every me to accept that Jokic is just indeed better.
You just now realize that?
Better late than never.
That's the championship bias.
Never
you get a championship for Milwaukee, and
better late than never.
B.I. Bam with the super chat. He said, I see Reed Shepherd as a slower Tyrese Maxey with better defense. Rockets better get him, or they gonna regret letting the Spurs pair him with Wemby and Buzelis.
I don't want a slower Tyrese Maxey. The reason why Tyrese Maxey is awesome is because he's fast. I don't want him slower. What the hell kind of goofy ass logic is that? That's like saying that's like saying I got a shorter Wemby. What the hell I want a shorter Wemby for?
I'm not really gonna get into this, but I do think y'all sleeping on Reed Shepherd. As the number 3 pick, I don't know if I would reach that far, but Reed got
he good. He a very good player. He's a very good player.
Got it. Mars, you know he shot 52% from 3 on the whole year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
he's
insane.
a sniper.
No, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
In the SEC, shooting 52% from 3 as the team's go-to player, like not just as a catch and shoot guy. I shoot off the dribble, I shoot off of screens, I shoot in high pressure situations, I shoot logo threes too. Like that's crazy. And then a 42-inch vertical. I
don't care about max, but how often in the game are you jumping at max capacity anyway? I don't care about that, to be honest. He's still gonna be 6'2" in the NBA, so he gonna get mismatch hunted. Just reality.
I just can't wait for a lot of these teams to go in the draft and everybody about to be drafting off need and fit, because this is going to be a draft where there's no you're going to be like, hey, yo, draft the best player. Who the best player? After you get the 3, you're going to be like, who is the best player? I don't know. Draft off fit.
In 3 to 5 years, this is the draft that's going to get GMs extensions or get them fired.
That's why we need to get Ron Holland, man.
I'm about to apply to be a draft consultant or like a scout for these NBA teams. I ain't realized how many teams pick Bobo, right? Hey, man, so many guys still have their job. They listened to me so many years ago, man.
Last Resort 318 said, if y'all do a panel mocking draft, please bring Penn for that. Really enjoyed the last 30 minutes of the show where y'all talked about the draft. If you didn't check out yesterday's episode of Open Gym, definitely go tap into that.
It was a legendary episode
there as well.
Great, man. That last 5 minutes.
We spoke about who the Warriors should take at 52. That's how deep we got into the draft.
What?
Yeah. Exactly.
Who'd you guys have him take it?
Bronny.
Man, please don't even bring it up. Don't even bring it up. Don't even bring it up.
Oh man! All right.
We did say Bronny though. We did say Bronny though. Bronny was the answer.
We'll leave it at that. Clad Diamond said CBA with Tatum hate. What is CBA?
Can't be asked.
What?
Can't be asked.
It
means like can't be bothered. Yeah.
Okay, can't be bothered with the Tatum hate. If Tatum cured cancer, they would say he had a super team of doctors. That's fire. Chill. They can't handle greatness.
He probably did have a super team of doctors.
I'm about to say if he cured cancer,
you cured cancer, you probably did. You think he was doing it all by himself? Like, let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all with all these years of cancer research, you think it's just gonna be one man who's gonna solve it by himself? Nah, he probably had a super team of doctors. Let's give the other doctors some love. See, it's like people like you be giving Steve Jobs all the credit for Apple like that, on people actually having to make the phones he be suggesting. Like Jayson Tatum probably did have a super team of doctors doing all that research. So yeah.
Don't forget all the African kids don't forget about all the African kids that die in those mines getting this stuff for this.
Exactly, all that cobalt. Yeah, exactly. That you use your phone so much, kids dying for those materials. But now we just gonna give Jayson Tatum all the credit.
I'm about to buy another iPhone just for that.
Nobody. Tatum ain't getting no credit. We're trying to give him more credit.
I think he's a very good player.
You try to give him too much credit. That's the problem.
No, it's because nobody else is gonna say it. Only me and Chill. We're the only two people in existence that.
No,
So what you're saying, everyone
it's because Derrick White does all the dirty work.
Facts.
He's the one getting the cobalt. It's Derrick White.
You're right.
Jerryality said, y'all logic, Bill Russell should be the GOAT because of rings, and his game was good, but the process of Mike and Bron getting their rings makes it more impressive than Bill.
I mean, I wouldn't say Mike and Bron. Probably just Bron. But
I mean, people were calling Mike the best player they ever seen in 1990, but whatever.
They ain't seen no good players.
I got a couple new members. I want to go ahead and shout them out right now. Bam Gabe, never seen him before, but welcome. Appreciate you for joining the team. Global also became a member. Well, he's been a member for 8 months. Shout out to Global for re-ing up. Tech Unlimited also became a member today. Shout out to Tech. Appreciate you for coming through. Also, Jonathan De La Rosa became a member as well. Shout out to Jonathan. Appreciate you for joining the party. I also got my man Jamal. He's been a member for 7 months. He sent through a super chat. He says, shout out to my Connecticut son for the defensive masterclass. Dejanay Carrington and had Caitlin in hell.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
I think she had 10 turnovers.
Yes, she did.
Oh, yeah, they earned Alcatraz, boy. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Double.
Which, by the way, Caitlin, if you're listening to, I don't know if you're listening to this, but just let me school you really quickly, dear. Just so you know, Michael Jordan led the league in turnovers as a rookie. Peyton Manning, as a rookie, still to this day has the rookie record for interceptions. You just got the job. It's okay. There's going to be some growing pains, but you're going to be a player. Just hang in there.
She set the WNBA single game record for turnovers in her first ever game.
She's gonna break a lot of records.
Yes,
making history from day one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think though she had a tough first half and she even bounced back in the second.
She got going in the second half.
4 threes and you see the threes start to fall. You're like, everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. I see her make a move. She made one last night. She made one in the preseason where she takes it and she basically rips over to the left side, dribbles into the defender and does the step back to the, fading away kind of to the left. It's what Tatum does. It's what Luka does. It's what all these guys do when they do this little step back, and it works every time. It's been one of the more popular 3-point shots. You see guys, instead of taking like a straight up shot, even Anthony Edwards, for example, he had a couple of wide open looks last night. And every time he missed, the announcer's like, well, he does better off the dribble. He does better when he's taking a step back contested three. And when Caitlin is able to just create separation, I'm not going to go as far as saying she could be in the NBA and competing with these dudes. But you're telling me that you put Caitlin Clark against, Jrue Holiday in a one-on-one situation, she can't get a shot off?
Hey, with that being said, though, like the Connecticut Sun, like he alluded to that in that super chat. They are a very, very, very good team, especially defensively. That's like, let's say Anthony Edwards, for instance, since we were just talking about him coming in and playing, well, the Minnesota Timberwolves right now. He's gonna have a hard time, They're one of them type of teams. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. But shout out to Caitlin. She got 20. I'm expecting this on a regular basis from her.
I made history.
Jokic, son of God. This may be Jack's burner account too. He said JT is going to expose LeBron's legacy in the East. LeBron's legacy in the East is overrated, and whatever JT is going to do in the East in the future will be overrated. East has been weak for a long ass time.
This year, the East is just hurt a lot. So that's kind of like, if the East was healthy, it would actually be a very good conference.
Giannis and Embiid and Butler. Those are the three guys I say we didn't get to play in the Eastern Conference run this year, and that's okay. We're going to get the best comp in the West. Whatever team comes out of the West, assuming it's Denver, take care of business there. But yeah, we avoided Giannis this year. We avoided a healthy Embiid, and we avoided a healthy Jimmy Butler.
Shout out to MVP. MVP also became a YouTube member just now. Shout out to you. Sumo85 said, amazing show. Shout out from Portugal. Been a member for 3 months.
Appreciate you.
Hey, Ron, real quick. Hey, this dude, Mike in the chat. Damo invited you on the Discord. You didn't show up. You a keyboard warrior. That's all you are. You came into my chat. You came into my live a couple last week, and you got destroyed. Not only did you get destroyed, what you do is all you do is take other people's logic. You the epitome of that, and say the same thing that other people say. And when you get countered, you have nothing to say. It's so stop talking, please, and deal with Damo more than anybody. Damo invited you up. Not only did you cheese up like a third grader getting bullied. That's what you did. So stop coming in here talking about how much you know basketball when you don't know your ass from your elbow. I'm sorry, Damo. I apologize.
Nah. Well, Mike, you won it. You got it.
We aren't on network TV, so
I've been left Mike alone, man. I on two separate occasions invited him up, man. He just ducked me. Mike ain't nothing.
Tyrone Winston said, "Ticket, where you at? Don't hide, champ."
He'll be here tomorrow. Ticket will be here tomorrow. Don't worry.
Stacks different timing said, when was D White top priority to stop on defense or on offense, Bozo?
Who's he talking to?
He said, when was Derrick White the top priority to stop on the offensive end?
And that he hasn't been because Jayson Tatum, Jalen Brown are on his team, but that doesn't mean he's a very efficient and great offensive basketball player and at the defensive end too.
It's Mr. GQ to you said, yo, Ron, tell Bambi they not hard enough. They knuckles not scarred enough. Hashtag Denver. DSG Piccolo said, say OV ho. Also, Dub Open Gym episode yesterday. Great watch.
Mars.
OV ho.
Yes or no, Mars? 100%.
I'm more certain of that than I am of the fact that Jokic is better.
Oh, damn.
What? The episode was great yesterday?
Nah, Damo.
Oh, that too.
Cultured Saunders said, nah, Ron, you not slick. You dropped a grenade and left yesterday and left Mars to deal with it. L. Ron per usual. I don't know what you're talking about.
I did a great job hosting. I got through all the Superchats.
Shout out Mars. Ghost 45 said, you guys said Jokic is the best player in the league and it's not close. Do you think Giannis can still catch up to his legacy if Jokic wins this year?
Well, if Giannis ends up winning it afterwards, the conversation is gonna come back.
Yeah.
Greek Angel Reese need to hit the lab.
I mean, legacy-wise, Giannis will be a ring behind. I know, maybe you got a defensive player of the year and all of those stuff. So
D9's been a member for 10 months. He said, RIP my Wolves, but shout out to the Nugs for getting another ring.
What?
That's not guaranteed.
CKF said, in the words of Stan Van Gundy, Nembhard can't guard Brunson. Brunson looking at him like as Chill would say, a bucket of extra crispy every time.
Yes, do what you can to keep Nembhard away from Brunson. Do that. Do that.
Christopher D.
I think you got to double team him.
That doesn't work neither. The Sacramento Kings tried to blitz him. He put 45
just put TJ McConnell on him, man.
Right.
Let TJ guard him.
It ain't Aaron Nesmith though. He ain't a good defender.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay, I might just be a little biased because I saw Dante DiVincenzo after he hit like 5 threes in a row have another wide open look, and Aaron Nesmith was caught on the block, not closing out. So Nesmith is sometimes just out to lunch, which is why you can't put him on Brunson, because next thing you know, he's out to lunch for 2 plays, and Brunson is back-to-back and ones.
I ain't gonna lie, Rick Carlisle is just the Darvin Ham of Darvin Hams. Okay.
Damn, that's crazy.
I guess McConnell is their best option.
Christopher D said Jamal Murray their second best player, but to me, AG is more valuable.
Ooh. I've never understood that, but I mean, I understand what he's saying. It doesn't make sense to me.
I think they all know their role.
D Barber 1313 said Luka is, for the first time, playing down to the level of Tatum, which Dallas can't afford like Boston can, and everyone is trashing him. Stop cap shaking my head.
But that's the point. The reason we are trashing him is because he is playing like Tatum. That's literally the point. If he was performing like
someone left
Luka,
a comment saying we're not trashing Tatum enough yesterday. Someone said, why are we not talking about Luka enough? That's what they said. So apparently we aren't trashing Luka as much as we should.
Yeah, because he was 6 for 20 in a big game. And,
it's real Tatum like
shit. So what would we say if Tatum did that is the point, and everyone would be on Tatum.
What we say now?
Nobody was on Luka.
I mean, Boston is 7-2, and we've only spoke about Boston when they lose.
Talking about Anthony Edwards not playing well.
That's the only time, Oz.
Yeah, but Boston is 7-2 in the playoffs, and we've only spoke about them after the 2.
Crickets when they win. Crickets.
Yep.
It's kind of sad, to be honest.
I thought they would win 12. I thought they would sweep every opponent. And that was because they're 12-point favorites in every game. Sure, they're going to have a mental lapse in a given game. They've gentlemen swept every team. What else do you want them to do? Okay, they didn't sweep them. Gentlemen sweep, gentlemen sweep, gentlemen sweep. It's the closest thing to it, and I'll take it.
I mean, when the Warriors were meant to win, we still spoke about them. But
right.
Harrison Kai with the lowdown avatar said Mars, not Ricky MJ. He's going to adjust midseason in this era. Sorry, chill.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, I remember those conversations. The good old days.
I do remember that too.
That was like 8 months ago. Peak off season.
Oh, with rookie Jordan.
Rookie Jordan lead the league in scoring of will and desire.
I'm here to let y'all know now, all 1,700 people in here, it's going to be a nasty offseason. I could just feel it.
Yeah, I'm about to be complaining the whole time. I'm just waiting for Summer League, man. That's it. Summer League.
Got the Olympics, though, too, so that's a good thing. And the WNBA, which me, Ox, and J-Rob got something special for y'all on the way. But I don't got enough time to talk about that right now because I got a lot of super chats. So, and by the way, too, probably going to spend another 5 to 10 minutes finishing through these super chats. So, chat, if you guys are gracious enough, stay around with your boy and whoever decides to stay up here. If you got to leave, I understand, but I'm going to give y'all money's worth. I can't have Mars outdoing me yesterday. JD8 said, Tatum stands are hilarious. How do you have the DPOY, 6th man of the year, All-NBA Jalen Brown, Derrick White, Horford, and not make it out the week East? Then giving another 2 All-Stars. Laughing emoji.
They did make it to the finals. What are you talking about?
He's talking about in 2023 when they had Brogdon and Marcus
Smart. Tatum hurt his ankle and Grant Williams woke up the beast. This is 2024.
Somebody had to do it.
I mean, when I say we're judged, like, how are you gonna blame Jayson Tatum for what happened last year? Like, that's what I mean when I say it's nonsense. Like,
because I hold Tatum, it's Tatum's team. They go as far as Tatum takes them,
and that's why you give them all the credit when they win. I do neither. We're not gonna rehash this. We don't have time, but that's the difference, and that's fine. We agree.
I just think superstars are,
we agree to disagree.
A higher standard and have a certain role.
We agree to disagree.
What you say, gang? What you say, gang, with the super chat said, this is for Mars. How do you feel when Sun missed?
Oh, he talking about Man City versus Tottenham. See, I'm not gonna lie. When Man City scored the first goal, I just stopped watching the game. I seen the miss afterwards, but here's what it is. I told you we weren't winning the league. That's cool. Next year.
Hey, I San just sent through a empty super chat. Shout out to Hey I San. Z-Dub said, in the gap between Joker and the second best player right now, or is the gap between Joker and the second best player right now as wide as it was when LeBron was the best player in the 2010s?
It depends who you ask. I mean, LeBron was clearly better than, like, in my opinion, Kevin Durant in like the mid 2010s. So I'd say no.
All right. Z-Dub said, is Jokic a better offensive player than Magic? If so, is Joker better than Magic defensively? Tell me what makes Magic better than Joker.
These super chats are like whole segments, and Ron saves them for the last 2 seconds. So
later, fellas.
One word
I'll see you dudes tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, show.
Yes, sir.
All right, chill.
So, Mars, you want me to just interrupt the good conversations that we be having?
I think if I was the host, we could have had the whole conversation about that, but we don't have time. So unfortunately, we don't have time to answer the question.
Is
Thank
Joker
God.
better than Magic? Yes or no?
No.
It'd be a yes or no question. It doesn't got to be a segment. No,
it's just a tough comp.
Djokovic, son of God, said Tatum is basically PG-13 with no swag. But of course, Kawhi would shit on both PG-13 and Tatum one-on-one.
Tatum got aura.
You don't got swag, you got aura.
Aura. I don't even know what aura means. I'm still trying to figure it out.
But whatever it is, he got it.
He definitely got it.
All right. Tech Unlimited said the perfect player is Kobe plus Hakeem plus Curry. I don't know how those all fit together, but Kobe, Hakeem, Curry. Here you go. Almighty Scambo said, I've seen JT in person. He's every bit of 6'10". Don't trust Google. All right. G.I. Bam said, Luka not compared to a slower LeBron. Shut your ass up, chill. Dan Moose said, is Bron still the best American-born player in the game?
No. I mean, y'all know my opinion on that.
Yeah. we got you. Possibly. Possibly. Context Clues said, Damo, thoughts on the last 3 games of the Nuggets versus the Timberwolves?
That's what I mean.
Hate it. You guys be in good conversations. I'm not. If I cut off the conversation, then it's all Ron. You're a bad host, Ron. You're always cutting off good conversations. Stop the debate. Then if I don't get to your super chats, it's all bad host. You're not reading super chats.
Ron, hosting is a lose. It's a lose gig, Ron. So
I've never lost hosting, but I mean, I guess
Dub Mars
6-0.
Teddy Hart said, "Chill answered my question right as I press send." Chill.
Ron, you like Jayson Tatum right now. You're in a lose-lose situation.
But he's actually playing poorly, so it makes sense.
I'm like Jayson Tatum right now.
You said it.
He's more like Luka right now.
Okay. DKF said, also, Deuce McBride had Hallie in jail.
Shout to Deuce.
Last night,
Tyler T with a daily reminder that Jokic better.
Facts.
Ronaldo said Alyssa, Thomas, and Jokic were cooking last night. Shout out triple-double for Alyssa Thomas. Hey, Isan said, y'all cannot bring Bias C's fan on no more. Please.
Keep that same energy in June.
Jimmy Bucket said, Brunson doing this without key players. Clears Hallie.
Oh, yeah, he has to do more.
Then he said, Jack smoking crack.
Okay.
Prince Solitude said, this guy delusional as hell for the Celtics. MW said, no more Ant disrespect. He's 22.
He is 22. Same with Jalen Green.
JJWAD said, Tatum over Giannis is insane. Prince Solitude with a couple super chats. He said, there's no logic with Tatum fans. Then he said, Ron, this Tatum fanboy about to make me crash out.
You know what I think that is? I think I was raised at a point where I had to watch Tom Brady just be the definition of greatness with a dynasty for 20 years. So you just kind of hold that as your standard from here on out. So every fan base, every fan, it's just based off of what you've seen in the past and trying to, recreate it or just do it better. So that's why I expect from Tatum. I see the glimpses of it and I put the storylines together. I know it's not always about storylines, but if there's ever been a good storyline for Jayson Tatum to prove everyone wrong, it's this year.
And you think that Jayson Tatum is going to live up to that Tom Brady standard?
I think he's been given a very good, platform to make a run and be one of the greatest all time. And he's been put in a very good situation to go out there and play his game and succeed.
All right. Man, we'll tap back in 7 years and see. 10 years, however long it takes. LeBron James, shout out to LeBron James tapping in with the ticket icon. I see you, Bron. I knew you watched the show, man. I knew you did.
Bron.
He said we need SG Dubs 30 on that's his name. We need SG Dubs 30 on the panel and Open Gym daily.
I'll retire.
Bron said it, so we need SG Dubs 30 on the panel. And last but certainly not least, Mike said, Ron, drop the link next episode. Hey, Mike, hit me on the side, hit me on IG or something. I'm gonna get you what you need. All right. Whether it's Damo, whether it's Ox, whether it's me, whether it's Mars, whether it's Chill, I got you. I got you. All right, yo, Jack, let the people know where they can find you. Where can we catch your content?
You can catch me at Instagram, JackCody1, TikTok, JackCody30, JackCote. Yeah, we got it right down there. But Instagram's JackCody1, TikTok, JackCody30, and yeah, you're gonna see me in some viral clips, I'm sure, at some point.
Definitely appreciate you for tapping in. And Jack, I need a promise from you.
Yeah, what's up?
One way or another, when the Celtics season ends, whether it's in the Eastern Conference Finals, whether it's in the championship, whether it's Cavs in 7, whatever it is, I need you to come back on and talk about what happened, win or lose.
If the Celtics don't win the championship, it'd be tough for me to continue social media. But with that being said, I'll be happy to be here and talk my truth.
So you put all your chips in this championship basket right now. It's just win or die right now.
I started on TikTok 2 years ago when it was Warriors Celtics, and that's kind of when my opinion started to be seen because I'm a big Steph guy and obviously big Boston homer. And so those kind of connected at the right time. And then this past year or last year, it's like, Tatum, get it done because you didn't win it last year. And every year after you go to a finals and just come up short, the expectation is, get over the hump. And that's what everyone's talking about with Tatum. But, ultimately it comes down to this year, and it's been a buildup over the last 3 years. Ever since we drafted Jayson Tatum and Jalen Brown, it's been a building to this point. And I feel like we're at the very top of this team. They're going to continue to get better over the years because Tatum and Brown are just going to get better. But ultimately, this is the best chance we've had in the last 3 years. And I'm excited because we have to play the best series in order to beat the Denver Nuggets.
All right. There you have it. The Nuggets and the Celtics, and you got the Celtics in 8?
Celtics in 7 games. Jayson Tatum hits a game winner with 24 seconds on the clock, and it's a tie ball game in the TD Garden. Yep, it's a fairy tale ending.
Mic drop. Mic drop. We'll catch y'all back. We'll catch y'all back tomorrow at the same time, same place. Ticker will be here. He has to live for all his sins and transgressions. He has to come and face the music. So we'll see how that goes. Catch y'all tomorrow. Y'all be easy. All right, Jack.
All right, bro.
Merry Christmas.